Live too. Yeah, it's real.
They're both
Working
both
at
in
the
it
same
up.
time.
Hey, holler at your mic. I forget which one is it. Swoop.
Beep.
Was it Scoot? Scoot? Give me a Scoot.
Scoot.
Oh, it's that one. That's right. Scoot again for me. One more Scoot.
Scoot.
Scoot. Scoot.
Scoot.
Scoot.
Scoot.
Scoot. Scoot. Everyone scoot.
Scoot.
Scoot. You scoot? You scooting? Who's not scooting? Who's scooting who? Scoot.
Scoot.
Toss me a
Boogie.
yeah. Here, toss me a Scoot. One more.
Scoot.
Scooting. Oh, cool. Sounds good there. Hey, I'm just gonna make sure we're scooting over
crazy.
on YouTube, and then we're starting everything. We're scooting on Facebook. This one too. Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody.
All right.
Welcome to the show. We're about to actually. Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody.
All right.
Welcome to the show. We're about to actually make it start for reals. For reals. Starting the stream on radiovegas.rocks. Be sure to mention them for anything that you need that we sponsor.
Anywhere you go.
Everywhere. Just to everybody. That's right. Yeah, the Crazy Conversation Talk Show! That's the crispest intro we've had yet.
Yeah.
The
totally.
crispiest.
It was pretty clean.
Yeah. New records and crispness. We're going to have a cornflake factory in 2 weeks from this day. Mark your cornflake calendars.
This place has truly turned into an institution.
Sorry to interrupt you. Here, burps, coughs, kind of gross is masking them with like a muffled scream so that we can at least seem to the audience like we're suffering when we have a moment like that. So if someone's grossed out or whatever, at least they know we really like felt something about it.
I like it.
And then
You
we
know,
got
these sadistic Americans like to just relish in other people's suffering.
yeah. But we're not suffering with the kicker headphone situation. It's moist in these earphones. This is that rich warmth, yet studio level accuracy. Really though, there's a flat response. You'd think from a company like Kicker, known for subwoofers, that the bass response would be over the top, but it's quite balanced. Very present.
It's called Radio Vegas.
That sound means intrigue alert. Get ready for intrigue. I don't know if it necessarily does. I don't know what story you have first.
I don't know. I think maybe we can start off lighthearted.
Yeah,
There we go.
lighten it up, get heavier as we build our thought muscles.
Yeah.
Jules Manning is in the house today, helping us.
Hello. Glad to
Best
be
in
back.
town.
The old best in town is back with my Bud Light Platinum.
Platinum. We're getting so platinum today.
It's the cool, refreshing taste. Goes down smooth. It's good with buds. It's good when you're on the Greasy Conversation Talk Show. It's good on the beach, you know? It's good when you're getting pulled over.
Bud Light Platinum. Offer it to cops.
Oh, bro, I didn't know you wanted one. Here.
Wait, let me give you a freshie.
Yeah, right. This one's like half backwash. Sorry. So when you guys were in like elementary school, middle school, did you guys ever wonder like what they put in the school lunches? Sometimes when it tasted kind of funny.
I heard rumors, you know. A lot of the kids would like start rumors. Some of it I found out was true the first time I went to jail because they use kind of the same ingredients. But
Right.
you know, like some of it was fake though. Like they don't put glue in it like they used to say. You know, like a lot of eraser chippings, they got rid of that a long time ago. They don't put that in the meatloaf anymore. But all I can go off is rumors in jail. But you
Right.
know.
This I don't know what you call them because they're not chefs, right? Like you don't want to call a middle school cook person a chef or even a cook. This-
Prep.
This guy like a
engineer.
food distributor.
Preparation
I thought they
engineer.
were all just lunch ladies. Even the guys are lunch ladies.
Yeah, so this lunch lady dude, I think it was in North Dakota or something. Sounds like it happened in North Dakota, but he was putting kangaroo meat in the chili.
It's odd that would be more cost effective. Like I don't. It's weird.
I
That's
don't.
a.
I kind of like that though. I
It
don't
seems
know.
better.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but
I pay extra.
There's a UFC fighter. His name is Frank Mir. He tested positive for steroids, and his excuse was that he ate kangaroo meat before the fight. So I think we should be giving kangaroo meat to all these children. Be pumping out these like crazy roided out kids.
Do kangaroos just grow steroids
Yeah, I
inside
think
them?
so. They're all
It's
like
Oh,
super
they're always
swole, dude.
jacked, man.
We're learning so good today. What a
But no,
great
he said it
post.
was a lean and nutritious meat, and that's what the kids needed, and there wasn't enough of that in the school lunches. So,
I don't see a crime here.
Yeah,
No.
I think we should let this one go. I like
but
that.
but no, the school didn't, and he no longer works there. So if you're looking
Wait.
for a kangaroo meat chili cook,
Where
I'll
was
let
he
your boy.
getting the kangaroo meat? Like, was he having it flown in from like Australia?
right? It just said some like local meat distributor
I can't.
that specialized in like
In the United
not,
States?
not like that specialized in not beef and chicken.
Oh man. I feel like this could be okay. Like this is one of those things that like it's borderline. Like one piece of paper, one inspection, and this is like not a big deal.
Yeah, I kind of like it, dude. Like, I think we should just start turning out these like jacked, swole kids. that eat
Burgaroos.
Kangaroo meat. Yeah.
Who wants a burgeroo? Hop, hop, hop in your mouth.
But then I don't want to be like walking down the street and be like spin kicked in the face by a third grader.
Or do you?
Or
That's
do- I don't know. I don't know how I'd live that down. Like,
World Star.
old best in town get this clock cleaned by like a 10-year-old. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's your World
Then,
Star
then
moment.
they all just like form gangs and start taking over the cities and stuff.
Isn't there a book about that where a bunch of little kids take over Lord of the Flies? Right?
I don't think they took over anything. I think they took over their own little Lost in the Woods.
If they had more kangaroo meat, they
Yeah,
probably
that's
would
the
have
thing. They
survived.
didn't have
the
all that
book.
kangaroo meat. They
Yeah.
had grubs.
And boar.
You can't get jacked eating grubs.
Nah, you can't. I mean, you can get a little pump. It won't far.
Yeah.
You guys are eating the wrong grubs.
Oh, you gotta get them roid grubs. hang out on the roid tree.
It's kangaroo grubs just hopping
Yeah,
around.
right. It's like a giant ass grub that eats kangaroos. That's my kind of grub.
Oh man, sounds like Starship Troopers.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we should just turn schools into, just like Starship Troopers boot camp.
That'd be actually pretty sweet.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you still have to be terrified of little kids, which
I read
Like-
enough sci-fi like Ender's Game and stuff like that, and when I was that age, that it like felt like that. It was all superimposed on it anyway.
right.
It felt like a compound.
We're just little kids. Like, would you like to know more?
In California, schools are like compounds anyway. They're all like high walls, little windows.
Barbed wire fence. Some of them in Vegas,
Guards.
like a lot of elementary schools in Vegas.
Oh
Bar-
yeah, I've seen that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you trying to keep like pedophiles out, or are you trying to keep the children in? I don't know.
Right.
Those pussy kids, that's just to stop them from getting plucked up by vultures. Just swooping over, stealing your kids like they're kittens.
There's just like people on the other side with like fishing poles and shit, trying to just pluck the kids off, put them in the kid chili for the kangaroo school. What do kangaroos eat at school? Kid chili.
Kid chili. Sounds great.
I mean, it probably would be.
I'm liking where this is going. I'm liking
Yeah.
where this is going already.
Yeah, we're winning. We're totally like podcasting so good right now.
Yeah.
You guys tell your friends we couldn't do this without you, and we also can't. I mean, we can. We have been, but it's way better with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell your friends, stay involved, community us up. We've got live chat, looking out for your whatevers that you holler at us. You could say something novel enough for us to repeat it on the air, and that's always a good time.
Or you could just say whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just literally comment whatever right
Yeah.
now.
You could send a happy face with heart eyes like Ange Kerfoot. Holla.
Hey, shouts outs to Ange Kerfoot.
Yeah, check her Facebook page right now for some sick videos that she's been posting that we've made over only the last couple of years, the particularly good ones. I mean, over more years than that, but over the last couple of years are some of the juiciest ones she's been posting lately. I'm quite proud of.
Jams. My favorite was the throwback to Lucky Cuss. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Oh man, how That's not even halfway as far back as we weirdly go.
Really?
Not to turn it into like one of those podcasts of people reminiscing about stuff no one's heard about, but you were like, weren't you like out of high school or something? Like that
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah, the first day we met, we were playing a show together. I just graduated from high school and I played with Rooftop Ridicule. I had to sneak into the show, and then after we played the show, they're like, "You guys gotta go. You guys gotta go. We're playing here, and I'm drinking." They're like, "No, no, you gotta get out of here. To take the beer. Take the beer." It was weird. It was weird. We were playing in some vintage guitar shop too, and they were letting us use the guitars, which is such a huge conflict of interest. I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird time.
Just like so hit or miss. Like, hey, part of the novelty of this show is watch us use unfamiliar and likely broken things. That's a way to do it. Like that guy from Waluigi the band. No, Wilco.
Waluigi the band.
I know, right? That's my.
Should be a band.
That should be a band. That would be
When I
great.
produce a Wilco album, it's gonna be Wilco, all Waluigi vocals. It's gonna be amazing.
Wah, wah, wah. Over depressing guitar sounds.
So like he did was it Tweety? Was it Jeff Tweedy? It was one of those. I think it was the Tweedster. Did a tour where he only borrowed whatever amp was like the house amp. So it was in his
Oh,
rider
man.
that they had to have some kind of house amp. It could be anything. And then he like blogged the weird amps he had to play out of and stuff.
Yes,
It was like a wine tasting blog, but for amplifiers. It was pretty nice.
that's wild. I don't know. I don't play those kinds of games.
Kinda
If-
risky.
If he was
Yeah.
if he was coming to my venue, I'd be like, I want the smallest Johnson amp you have.
Johnson.
I want half the inputs blown out. The volume knob doesn't work. Barely turns on.
Gamble amp.
Back when I was in Weird Pancakes, when I first joined that band, Pat used to play like a small Johnson amp. Or no, it was Jen. It was Jen. He'd play a super small Johnson amp. When we play shows, we would have to bring it up on stage and then mic it, and the sound guy would be mean mugging me the entire time. And for some reason, he was always looking at me like it was my amp, but I play bass, so I was like, it's definitely not mine. He's like, yeah, you guys need better equipment, and I was like, I agree.
Why was it
You
always
wanna
on
pitch
you?
in? It was so weird. I would always get dirty looks, and I'm just like, what? It was super weird,
Oh man.
Did
Of
you-
course he singles out the Canadian.
right? Too nice.
Yeah. He's
Too
like,
nice.
oh man, look at these people. It's got to be this Canadians bullshit.
I think I honestly have the distinction of meanest Canadian, and I'm still pretty nice, but I might
not
be the
saying
meanest
much,
one.
right?
You're probably the most gangster Canadian I've ever met. Smiling away.
You just don't say thank you like every time.
No, I don't hold doors open for people. You know,
Whoa, that's dark, man. I didn't
it's
know-
pretty dark.
I didn't know it'd get that far. Slamming that door in your face.
Yeah.
You guys ever thought about starting a career in drug smuggling?
Actually, I was thinking about that literally like a couple weeks ago.
I think
Yeah.
about it all the
I
time.
was low on cash, right? And I was like, I was talking with my girlfriend, and I was like, you know, I should just start moving drugs. And she was like, well, how big can your ass dilate? And I was like, you see, it's gonna be trial and error for a little bit, you know. I'd hate to be like being questioned and fart, and then like a balloon falls out. Then I just blew the whole deal, you know.
Just gotta practice in your daily life.
Yeah,
So going about normal life, just hold on to stuff.
practice. Start practicing your clenching skills,
You have to hold this egg the whole day.
and then have
Oh,
someone like
man.
sprinkle pepper on your nose to do the sneeze test. And
Oh,
if you
man.
can hold it in there without breaking the egg, good for you. If you break the egg, you're gonna have like some shattered egg in your butt.
You gotta
So
practice.
yeah,
You
it's
gotta
gonna
do
take a
little practice.
lot of practice. But nothing good ever comes without work, you know.
It's true.
Gotta practice it.
Well, this chick got busted for smuggling drugs. She didn't do it the clever way or the classic way, right? She just put it in some suitcases. Well, I don't think she did.
She didn't kangaroo it,
What happened? Yeah, she didn't kangaroo it, which is a big mistake. But
which is
apparent-
folding it in your belly fat flaps.
yeah,
That's not you.
but just in some suitcases, just 2 suitcases full of drugs.
Just didn't or anything.
When she goes to pick it up at the airport, they got like, however many pounds of pot in there, some coke, and then like 2 1 million doses of fentanyl
See, I think
or something.
at that point they should have let her go. That's so brazen and so ballsy. You know what? This one's on us. Just
And like,
It's like,
well,
did you just assume this was okay?
well, the thing is, she said that someone offered her $1,000 to take these suitcases, and she said she had no idea what was in them. Sure, pal.
That person wasted $1,000.
Right?
You know what would have been like super awesome though? She should have just played dumber than she already did and just be like, I didn't know the rules. I'm new here. I didn't know the rules. I didn't know this was illegal. Come
Yeah.
on.
It's legal where I come from.
Yeah.
Literally nowhere in the world.
Yeah, right.
I'm new here. I'm new here.
Yeah.
I was born on a barge, and what's that, waters that's like not legal waters?
Yeah, like pirate waters.
Pirate waters, yeah.
When she
Yeah.
goes to court, her lawyer's defense is going to be like, come on. Come on.
That's
She was
it.
on no man's water.
Yeah. Come on. Her parents were pirates.
Why
Don't
can't I?
Have a heart. Have a heart.
You know when you go out in a party boat and you go certain distance out of water?
International waters.
That's it. Boom.
Yeah.
All right.
But then that's subject to what, international law? You gotta have like pirate water.
Oh, okay.
You'd have to be born in pirate water
Yeah.
and baptized in it.
That's hot.
Yeah. It's like purifying yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah, I want to check this born in pirate water.
Or some Bud Light Platinum.
Bud Light Platinum is
Like-
the pirate
Have you-
water
have
of the
you-
stars.
Yeah, have you ever bathed in it? I mean, I've had a couple wild nights after a show.
Not on
celebrating-
purpose. Yeah.
Not on purpose. I just filled my whole tub with Bud Light Platinum accidentally.
I mean, for two, it's like $4.29. How could you not fill your tub with this stuff? Yeah.
Man, that's when you get a decent deal, though. Because sometimes they want them platinum prices for it.
That's true. They want you to go up $1, paying $5.29 now.
Shout out to Terribles.
Terribles with the beer deals.
Hey, you guys.
No.
What's that time? Time within us all. Behold.
I think that was too like, what do you call it, erotic? But I should have been like, but I don't know.
You heard what you wanted to hear.
Yeah, you know.
It's the guy who always just make like,
That's like my
Turns
go-to
into that
sound.
kind of radio.
Yeah. Right.
You guys like jazz, right?
Easy listening.
We're just going to talk about jazz.
I could talk about jazz for literally 4 hours.
That's it.
That's the whole
Extent of my worth of jazz
4
knowledge.
hours just on the dot, and I just get up and leave without saying a word. Never see me again.
You should have a show on the station. It's like a 15-minute segment. We could get, 16 episodes. Boom.
Yeah.
There you go.
I have good show math.
Show math. So the Chinese are coming for us in space.
Finally.
Yeah, this is really interesting because I feel like it's one of those strategic moves that's really clever on their part, given what a rogue nation we are and how much I would fear us.
Yeah.
So part of what they can do with this satellite that they're putting on the dark side of the moon, the far side of the moon, I should say, it's not always dark, is preparing for them to land on the moon, make their first moon landing by 2030. But it turns out that any vehicle they send to what's called the Lagrange point on the far side of the moon, which is this pocket that something doesn't have to orbit or anything, just to hang out there. But a vehicle traveling over there, say to leave a satellite behind, can keep traveling around the moon, and then when it comes back to Earth, it comes back at Earth in a direction that none of the spy satellites that we have can detect it. Specifically, the satellites that we have for early warning. So if China wanted to disable our ability to have any warning of a ballistic missile coming at us, they totally could, say if we went rogue. Now, of course, there's Americans dumping into this and saying, hey, they're preparing to war us. But if you look at what their motivations have always been, they would rather eat us out from the inside economically than war with us. They're not.
Yeah.
You don't throw an apple away before you're down to the core.
I mean, I do. I eat the skin and then I just throw it away.
Right?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what apples are
It's
good
pretty
for.
dark. It's pretty dark. That'll be another show.
You're like
just watching
Russia.
me eat an apple.
And that's why we're way more worried about Russia.
It's kind of like the same kind of deal though that happened with the moon landing, It was like Trump announced that like we're doing a space force just to antagonize the whole world. And then everyone else is like, no, we're going to do a space force kind of thingy now. And now it's like a race to the space force. And when all of this could have been solved if Ronald Reagan had just done his goddamn job and built the Death Star.
Right.
Done and done.
Yeah, he had lasers in space in the plans.
If America had our own Death Star, just blow the world up. You know?
We don't need it.
They want
Solved.
to. They want to play games. Blow the world up.
Right.
Throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Just
I'm
have
not, you know, bath waters or babies.
Right.
Into either one.
I'm running for mayor, by the way.
Anytime there's like an international crisis, it's just like the president just has like the button on the desk. Like there's nothing else in the position. You just like get on with a world leader and like, huh?
Huh?
I'll do it.
You don't think I will?
Right?
It's just a Skype. I'm
Yeah,
just
right.
pointing the button.
Just like, huh?
Is your microphone working? I don't think his microphone is on. He's just pointing at this button.
Huh?
No, my mic's on.
It's like,
Petting it, rubbing your finger along the top of the button.
Little
like,
do they know, like John Kelly unplugged the button like when he got in
Yeah.
office.
right?
Little does he know he accidentally hits it every day when he's eating a cheeseburger.
Right?
It's like, oh, what's this under my elbow? It's like squishy. Oh,
Like, yeah, we just told him the nuclear launch codes were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like,
man, this
cool.
coaster is so thick.
Why haven't those nukes launched yet?
Oh, I spilled my drink
I
into
keep
it.
saying the code.
He thinks it's a stress relief pad.
This thing used to say that was easy. It's no fun. Put the batteries in this.
Is this like that button in those commercials? The easy button?
As seen on TV.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
And that's how we all die.
I don't know. Do you guys think like the Space Force is actually going to happen?
Yeah.
I hope so. I'm the first one signing up. I am down. You know, I'm a Canadian, but I have American citizenship, so I'm in. I'm into that. No Army, no Navy, no Marines, Space Force.
I hope it mostly though, like, just builds schools. You know, we'll have this like strong military, but in times of peace, it just goes to war-torn nations that we're trying to keep subjugated and trying to get them to like us as much as possible to not guerrilla war up against our insurgent military government that we
Yeah.
still there. So we just build schools. So we just got to build a bunch of schools in space. Space kids.
I'd go to school in space.
Yeah.
I always feel like in times of service, you know, everyone always has their different reasons, right, for enlisting. Some do it for duty, some do it for honor. Me, I just want a jumpsuit, you know? I want a military grade jumpsuit
That jumpsuit life.
yeah.
that will wash out stains, you know, and I'm sure it's gonna have some sick patches on it.
Yeah, the patches, man. That's-
Yeah, dude. You know, I'm a huge patch aficionado. And you know, I'm serving my country. All I want is a jumpsuit, you know? And maybe they'll give me a laser gun. That'd be sweet, right?
So check the Greasy Conversation merch. In about 4 days, we'll have a custom jumpsuit.
On the back it just says stay greasy.
It's like a $250 merch item. Jumpsuits are so expensive. I don't know if you guys have priced out jumpsuits lately, but
I have. That's why I want to join up. Get one for free, man.
Right.
GI, government issue.
That's yeah, because I think like military signups are down lately. Maybe that they got to start like pushing the jumpsuit angle.
Exactly.
lead with the jumpsuit.
Yeah, just lead right like so all the military recruiters. All,
I'm gonna end up in like Afghanistan somehow. So how'd you get here? I just did it for the jumpsuit, man. I really didn't think it through, but I
Right.
mean, can you see me right now?
they
Can you
started
see me?
flashing those jumpsuits around, and I mean, you have to be an idiot not to take it.
Right?
And here I am in Afghanistan getting shot. I love it. I don't know. I still think Space Force is like just to sell merch.
Oh, totally. I mean, but would you not buy a Space Force shirt or jumpsuit or hat? It's like NASA. You know how crazy like it is, like how many people I see wearing like, and I'm guilty of this as well. How many people you see wearing NASA merch? And it's like name like 4 of NASA's records. Like you don't even follow NASA. You know, what's the last thing you can name that NASA did? You know, and you
Right.
see these like hipster girls wearing like NASA T-shirts
Yeah.
and like the hats, and I'm saying I'm guilty of it too. I have a NASA hat, but it's like why? Like I
Right.
don't know. Like what's the last significant thing they've done? It hasn't been for a while. You know, I
Right.
think the moon landing was like top 5 cool things they've ever done. But
Mars rover, and then some like
oh, the
some
robot that got to the moon and broke down.
Mars. Yeah.
Mars,
no, dude,
the
we've
moon.
got hella power on moon Mars. Second moon.
Moon
I call Mars second moon. So we've got this great lander on second moon that's like an SUV, and then we sent another one, and it's super durable, and it landed by bouncing on the Earth, and we built it real good, and it's looking at all kinds of cool rocks.
So why can't we send astronauts to be like drifting around in like that Mars SUV?
Dude, you gotta send the vehicle first,
The
otherwise
Fast and the Furious 8 Space Force.
gonna go all the way over there with no wheels. Come on now.
I'm calling Vin Diesel tomorrow. If I got an idea for you, call The Rock. Call him up right now.
Fast and the Furious, second moon.
And Bow Wow, where's he at? Get him in here too.
Oh shit.
It's
Actually-
a marketing thing.
Yeah, totally. I'm gonna make $1 million after this podcast. I'm gonna start writing the script tomorrow.
You guys, I have to declare a monumentous occasion in the history of our podcast.
Yeah. What's that?
Something that's never happened before. For the very first time, our Facebook stream crashed, but this time, that part's not unique whatsoever.
Yeah.
This time, my phone overheated.
What the hell?
And like, this is the first day we've been able to have the AC off.
Yeah.
And I've like I'm all right. I got a little breeze. My phone was not all right. Like, it's so wacky. Like somehow the Facebook app streaming took so much energy from that phone that I have a battery plugged into it, and I plugged it into the 2 amp part of the battery, not the 1 amp. Usually I'll do the 1 amp and just be like, hey, my phone will like just break even. Like it won't charge, but it'll run off that just
Yeah.
even. So I get more from both either way. So I saw it start to like run low on power just sitting there before we started. So I was like, I'm going to 2 amp this. We're going to make sure we're hardy. And I see the stream die, and I go over there. It's like temperature exceeded. It's like, let your phone cool off before you go. And like, what are you doing that's getting you so hot? Like Facebook's overthinking it.
It's just looking at me. It's like, look at that man. The old best in town, live in studio once again. Ooh, I just started sweating just thinking about it. Ugh.
So we added the YouTube stream. I say something, and like a second later, maybe it pops up on YouTube. There's like hardly any lag. We could almost have a video conference on that shit. The Facebook stream, everything we say, it's like 5-6 seconds later at best before it happens. And you know what I think? You overheated the phone and didn't before when we used to do this. I think it's legit like trying to do higher resolution than we could do with the internet before. Because we got a new router, we got faster internet to up the stream game. I wasn't expecting the next bottleneck to be a phone overheating.
Right.
That's like the last
It's
thing I
always
thought.
something. Yeah.
It's because I'm still on that 6S Plus tip. I haven't gone to the 7 or the 8 or the 10.
I didn't even know there was a 10. I'm that behind.
You haven't seen the Notch boy? Captain Notch?
I haven't
Old
seen-
Notchy?
I haven't seen old
The
Nacho.
Notchmeister? Old Nacherino?
Oh, I was gonna say nacho.
Old nacho
and
cheese.
cheese. Yeah.
Those are all nicknames that Apple uses to promote it. No, I'm just kidding. You can't even see the notch in the new ads. They hide it in black, like it's supposed to look like it doesn't have a notch.
You're like in the Apple store. Oh, bro, you want the nacho and cheese? Yeah, dude. Let me get you totally shut up, man.
You want the double nacho or the triple deluxe?
At a certain point, you're just at Taco Bell, like nacho burrito supreme.
Yeah.
Throw in a
let's-
Baja Blast with that, please.
Instead of Tim Cook trying to just like ride out the Steve Jobs without the mean, let's just bring in some new heat up in here. Let's bring someone that's going to make the nacho model.
Elon Musk.
Yeah. We want like a transparent case model. Why isn't there a transparent case iPhone? All the stuff you see of the guts every time they release one, it's like pictures of the guts all over town. Just make the thing see-through already.
Well, you gotta leave something to the imagination, you know.
That doesn't sound very 2018 to me to say.
Yeah, that is true.
We need to program the imagination manually. We can't trust people with their own imaginations.
We don't need that anymore.
Otherwise, people just watch those behind-the-scenes like murder shows. That's all anyone would watch.
I love that shit.
I know.
Big fan. cold cases. Oh man, I watch it and get freaked out. I'm like, oh god, I'm next. Like, you know. Like, do you ever watch those shows and just be paranoid? Like,
Yes, that's why I don't really.
Yeah, I'm just like naturally paranoid. So
I think every successful relationship consists of two people. One that watches one of those shows and likes it, another that like tolerates it in the background, but has nightmares later.
this is true. I like had to go out after watching like a few episodes of like those shows, and one of them was about a chick that was like kidnapped in a parking lot leaving a grocery store, and I was like looking around as I'm like leaving with my beer, and then I got in my car and it dawned on me. I was like, I'm like a 6'2" black guy. Like, who would want me? And then I got sad and I was like, I'm sure somebody would want me. And
Yeah,
I
you're
just for like 2 hours I'm just wandering around the parking lot looking
Trying
for
to
someone to
get-
snatch me up.
Aw.
Didn't happen, man. Well, not desirable.
that's an untapped market. You could start a service, you know, where you like people pay you to like kidnap them, so they
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
desirable. Yeah, man.
There's got to be.
Are
like
you
a
tired
genre.
of not getting kidnapped?
Right.
I really think that this is a genre of prostitution that like enough Craigslist and we could hire someone to kidnap us.
And then like,
Yeah,
for an extra $50, they send ransom notes to all your loved ones.
Oh, damn. That's a nice
Alright.
touch. Yeah.
My friends growing up in high school started a tradition of doing this on each of our friends' like 18th birthday. When we turned 18, we'd like get together and work it out with their parents so that we could sneak in like early in the morning to their room, tie them up, carry them out to the trunk and throw them in the trunk, and then take them to Denny's.
I'm so shocked there was never an incident that came from that. Like, never had anyone like suffocate in the car or like they dropped them like walking down the stairs.
They're gentle friends.
Oh, okay.
So mostly drama geeks.
Oh, okay. Because I was like,
So
don't.
play it up. Everyone's hamming it up.
Yeah,
Not
'cause
like-
I,
not
'cause
like
I was like,
prank bros.
don't pay me to kidnap you, because I'll come full ski mask. You know, we'll get you kidnapped. You know, once I kidnap you, you don't get unkidnapped. You
I don't know. I took it as a challenge to get unkidnapped. I removed their taillight from the inside
Of course, Waz did.
so I could peep at cars and stuff.
You turn it into an amp somehow. They just like they pull over. You're just like recording a record. Oh, hey guys, I didn't know you were there.
I did have to make shoes out of duct tape to be let into Denny's.
You just like duct taped your feet. Or
First,
you try to
I
make
duct taped
legit-
my feet inside out, then right side in, so
Yeah.
it was like a moccasin. Then yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Well,
first I started with a tissue box.
Do you know how to make wallets?
Hell yeah!
Oh, that's.
Oh
sweet.
man, I've had some choice duct tape wallets in my day. I'm like a duct tape. What's that thing where people do leather work? I'm a leather worker
Oh, like
of duct tape.
Not an architect, not an iron worker. I mean, I
Like
guess
artisan
a
duct
Yeah.
taper.
duct worker.
Duct
I'm gonna take
tapist.
artisan. Yeah, artisan wallet maker.
Artisan duct tape. Yeah, to that part.
Waz will now be selling greasy conversation wallets.
Check out the merch section of the website. Really though, really check out the merch section of the website because we're tragically broke, and that would give us multiple dollars.
You guys should start selling like underwear. Like I'm saying, like just like buy a pack of Hanes, write greasy conversation crudely on it, like in like Sharpie, and then just sell them back the underwear package.
A lot of what we sell there can be used as underwear. Yeah.
I like
If you're ashamed, wear it under your other clothes.
This
Buy our
is
merch.
true.
Really though, the prices are stupid. Like we make like $3 on a shirt. So it's mostly about getting you clothed. It's mostly about handling your clothing issues and being there for you to have some clothes. That's what it's about. Our clothes specifically where we make money. But mostly so that you have clothes on your body and that you like them and that you're reminded that you live in a place where you're in charge of what you put on your body.
Supposed from all those other places where they tell you to wear those crummy clothes. You got to wear overalls.
Yeah, ugh.
I
Straw
like
hats.
overalls.
Set those overalls ablaze, man.
Oshkosh gosh.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Oshkosh, nope.
I'll have you know, I wore overalls almost every day until I was in the 5th grade.
That's cute.
Yeah, I wasn't that popular. And then when people started to catch on, they were like, that kid that wears the overalls every day. I would still wear the overalls, but I'd put a shirt over like where like the straps would be.
Yeah, yeah.
So it would look like they were jeans. And then people would be like, we know you're still wearing overalls, you know, like it was pretty rough, you know.
Why?
This just
That's
turned into a
such
therapy
weird-
session.
I don't believe you.
It's true.
Where
I have
did you
pictures.
purchase these
I have
overalls?
pictures.
Who sold you overalls?
Who sold my mother overalls is the better question.
Did she have to go to like the bad part of town?
Well, this was like
JC
2003, mind you. It was a different world. There was an artist called Chingy. You know, it was a different time in the world, you know.
Yo,
Cisco?
that's crazy.
Cisco, he was kind of around, yeah. He was still riding that fame.
This is right after Cisco. This is
yeah.
post Thong Song.
Shrek was actually over with people before it became a meme. It was a genuinely good movie, you know.
Oh man.
Rick James had just died.
Buzzing,
man.
buzzing, y'all. Sean Paul?
Sean Paul, yeah. I'm
Oh.
stepping in hotter this year, you know. Love Sean Paul. Where's he at? What's he doing right now?
Way the time going. Gonna be keeping it warm. I've got the right temperature to shelter you from the storm.
Oh God.
Storm
Poetry.
shelter temperatures, you guys.
Poetry.
Genius.
Yeah. All right. No, that's not Pitbull.
They're all Pitbull to me.
They're seriously all mostly Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide.
It's amazing how many things are Pitbull.
Right? He's like, I just need 50 new cities for this song. The song I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go out there and say names of 50 different cities no one's ever heard of. Well, you heard of some of them.
Aren't both of them also Sean Paul though? I don't understand.
What do you mean? Like Sean Paul is a city?
I get Sean Paul, Minnesota confused with.
Sean Paul, Washington.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you would. Yeah,
That's what I
you.
was mixing up.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. I mean,
Sean Paul Lakes.
Sean. Oh, the glorious Sean Paul Lakes. Majestic. Just majestic.
Pitbull, Michigan.
Oh, Pitbull, Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I actually like took a tour up there last year, and they have this beautiful winery in Pitbull,
Upper
Michigan.
Peninsula, what up? What?
Oh my
Who's
God.
listening to Upper Peninsula?
Hey, shouts out to my boy Jose in
in the U-
Pitbull, Michigan.
Yeah, up in the UP.
I know he's listening today, and he found out I was gonna be on the show.
The UP is mostly what are those billboards? Billboards. Those big ones by the highway. Those are billboards, right?
Yeah,
I don't forget what those are called.
Those count.
Yeah. So like those about pasties. Like the food, like people just
I
going
thought
up
you
there.
were talking about like the
Pasties on
like,
the nipples.
like the nipple, the nipple
it's spelled the
guards.
same way.
Ah,
But like you know that Cornish pasty place we have in town.
yeah.
It's just like all about that there. And
Yeah.
Pitbull, Michigan, that's like all they eat.
I love that place because have
Someone's
you ever
gonna
seen
think that's a
their
real
menu?
city.
What the glorious Pitbull, Michigan?
Really, in Upper Peninsula though, right by Pitbull, there's tons of these. There's tons of pasties. It's like they just eat those and like go
Pasty shops as far as the eye
Yeah.
can see.
be on a big island near Canada, but not really Canada.
Yeah, they wouldn't allow that in Canada.
This is nonsense and it's depressing. Fucking Pitbull. More news. Man, this episode's going by too quick.
Pitbull ruins everything.
He really does.
All right, so, you know, politics are kind of crazy in America.
Oh, hey, Acid Sisters tonight at Bunkhouse. Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah.
Anyway, American politics, go on. Carry on, Pitbull.
And so apparently a dog is getting re-elected as mayor.
For the third term.
A dog?
Yeah,
Where is this at? Pitbull, Michigan?
of course. It
No,
is.
this is Pitbull, Minnesota. So, this dog was elected for a third term, but there's like behind the lines things. I had to go, this is so lame, I had to go through like 8 articles to figure this out. So, what was driving me nuts is there's multiple articles about this dog getting reelected. But the articles mention, even in the synopsis, before you click on it, that everyone paid $1 to vote. And I was like, wait. I don't care if you're voting for a placeholder animal. You're not supposed to pay it money to vote in America. You can't have a voter fee. That's super illegal. And so I was going nuts. And some other city elected a dog and they charged $1 to vote for the dog too. It's like, what's going on? So I read into this more because I was so upset at the corruption of that. I didn't care about a placeholder mayor. I don't care about, like, you put anyone.
You don't care about Mayor Bugsy?
I love him to death. He's a good boy.
His policies are incredible. Food for everyone, 1 walk a day. You know?
Clearly a placeholder position, but I thought, hey, you can't charge for voting though. That's super sick. That's the part that I thought was sick. But I looked it up and it turns out the way this California city is doing it, they still have a mayor. The dog has like a separate mayor position that's unofficial. So you can vote for the dog like 12 times. Excuse me. I hope that sounded really painful and that I suffered.
Oh, it did.
So you can enjoy my suffering in exchange for putting you through that. So the dog raises animal money, basically, because you could vote for the dog 20 times and donate 20
As long as
bucks.
yeah.
Yeah, and other pets run, and it's a thing. So because it's a ceremonial vote, which kind of spoils the faux officialness of it.
Yeah.
Instead of us being like, tee-hee, it's ceremonial, like, no, it's for sure ceremonial. We have another mayor. It's like,
But
we
I
just
mean,
put a hat on this
is
dog.
it just like is the dog running unopposed?
If that's the case, I'm moving to whatever city that is, and I'm challenging him right now. The old best in town, Jules Manning, is announcing his candidacy for Pitbull, Michigan mayor. I'm challenging you, Mayor Bugsy, and I'm coming. Me and Bud Light Platinum, my campaign advisor. Hold on. God, that's tasty. We're coming for you, and we're gonna set that town right. You know?
Righter than it
I feel
already
like-
is.
Yeah.
I have an answer to the question though.
Yeah.
In one of the towns, I think it was the California town, there was a human opponent to the dog. No, it couldn't be the California town because I think
That
there's
was
more
a
than one town in
sorry
California.
opponent if they lost to that dog.
So forgive me because I read up on like 3 of these.
Yeah.
There was another time when a human opponent did run against the dog and lose, and their concession speech was priceless. They punted up so good. They're like, I have a lot of faith in my opponent. He'll do a good job. He's a good boy.
Oh my god.
It's plenty of exercise.
The guy that lost to him must have had literally the worst platform in history. Pedophilia for everyone.
No, he just didn't let anyone pet him. That doesn't work. You
Not
gotta.
vote for that guy.
He didn't
Sure
sit
some
when you
pats.
told him to sit.
He licked nobody.
Oh, dude, you gotta lick a couple people. Like,
Don't you know? Yeah, yeah. Gotta lick your housekeeper good.
Oh man.
that
Housekeepers
campaign
for
trail.
everybody.
I mean, maybe things would be better off if we had more dog mayors, though. You know. I mean.
I
Or-
mean, it would be a more simple time. Like Donald Trump is saying, make America great again. Make it more simple, you know? More dog mayors.
Right?
know?
That's exactly what he meant.
Less decisions, less pesky decisions by
Right.
government.
Yeah.
Less things getting decided.
Yeah.
Who
we
wants-
don't want government deciding every single thing.
I want the dogs deciding.
Dogs
man.
for Supreme Court justice, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be sweet. Oh,
Yo.
my God.
Yeah, you know, dogs never do anything bad in high school.
Should
They,
just be
they're like
like,
chewing up bills and shit. Like,
oh man.
All right, we've got some more news to chug. I know we've got a lot of hearty ones. That's that news whistle.
I know we briefly mentioned it last week, but you got a little tidbit on here. I'm wondering your perspective about the Kanye Trump meeting.
oh, that was awesome.
Well, I found out his password was 6 zeros, not 5.
Oh yeah.
I was
Well,
skeptical
sorry.
because I thought you could only do 4 or 5, or 4 or 6. As like, I don't think you could have a 5-digit passcode. Someone said on Twitter, and it only got like a couple hundred retweets when I read it, but it was hilarious that his password is the same as the beginning of Lady Gaga's Bad Romance.
I'd have to do the math on that one.
It's just a bunch of O's. It starts with a bunch of O's, okay.
I mean, well, I've often been criticized. You know, my password's pretty basic.
Been
too.
criticized for your lack of Lady Gaga familiarity.
Oh, dude, tough.
Hey, I don't want to get hard on you, man. I don't want to make it back from the interview.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty rough. I just know that one song, Paparazzi. You know. Yeah, I sing it every
It's a
day when I'm
heartbreaker.
getting ready for work. You know.
I just
Baby,
the
you'll be
papa
fine.
part. I just scream the papa part at myself while clutching at my chest and closing my eyes and shaking my head around. Sorry, I got a moment there. So
Yeah.
let's reset.
Lady Gaga really takes us all back.
Okay, reset. Reset. Oh.
All right, but anyway, that meeting was fucking awesome. Like, I don't know, like, yeah, he's out of his mind. Yeah, he was yelling at the president about time travel.
Trump can have someone else talk over him for once.
Yeah.
And did you see his
like-
face during the whole thing? Like, he would look at Jim Brown. Jim Brown would look at him. Jim Brown would look at Kanye. Kanye would be screaming at Trump. And then Trump is looking around at his advisors. Like, the whole, like, I just watched their faces, and it was fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, and the room full of the press, man.
Another detail: Kanye was wearing a purple hat. It's super significant because red and blue mixed together is purple, which is part of how Kanye is really more about, like, his big message right now is peace, and he really wants to bring everybody together. But of course, he's going to do it with immature contrarianism.
Yeah.
So, also, can we acknowledge the elephant in the room? I don't know if you guys caught this, but one of the reporters asked Jim Brown. No, they asked Trump if Jim Brown was a possible presidential candidate,
Oh
and
my
he
God.
goes, possibly, and I was like, for who? Even Jim Brown was like, no.
The president of what?
Yeah, for real. The president of football, the president of CTE. You can be the president of brain damage, bro. Like, like when he was playing football, they were playing with like those thin helmets, you know,
Oh,
Like
yeah.
leather helmets.
Yeah.
Supposedly that was safer though because they didn't rock it as hard. They didn't feel as confident. I doubt it though.
No,
It's
no
something
way that
shady.
was safer because they were like back then it was legal to punch people in the face and shit. You like watch some of the old Steelers games from the 60s and 70s, which is why they were my favorite team. Savage. They'd be poking people in the eyes and like tripping them, low blows. Like it was crazy. Like those guys got beat up.
That
back
sounds
then.
like some bad romance.
Yeah. You know what? Tonight I'm gonna go on the NFL Network and I'm gonna pull an old game
Post it
From-
on one of these feeds.
from the 60s and 70s, and it's gonna be the whole game with the audio taken out, but with Lady Gaga's "Bad Romance" in for 3 hours. Just
We've got a lot of positive feedback on the overalls, specifically with Daisy Dukes.
oh boy.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to Frying Mindset. You know who that is. It's Dr. Dunham. Welcome to the show via proxy.
The
You two
doctor.
can be on our show electronically, pathically, with the telepathotronically.
I like that one better.
Live chat. live telepathica chat. Telepathica.
Telepathica.
Well, that sounds like a sick movie, right?
Yeah.
Right? Oh, we're writing shit. Come on now.
Starring. It's just about Metallica, but
Ah.
telepathic.
Oh, dude, they're all in a coma. And so their brainwaves are just like the whole movie. Lars is just like, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. Kill me.
Oh, that's what he gets.
I'm Lars Ulrich.
Some kind of monster. Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna download him and just make all these clones of his consciousness, each of them suffering independently.
Oh man, that's
Dark,
that's
right?
pretty gnarly.
It's
Yeah.
like multiple independent duplicate lives of suffering occurring.
And you just like make a video out of it and give it to old Larsy.
Yeah.
The
Like
unhappy.
I pirated your consciousness.
That's a whole movie within itself. The unhappy life of Lars.
Doesn't he look like someone that you've been in an argument with? Like he just walks around with that face like, oh, I remember that guy from the bank, the cut and line.
Yeah, he never let it go. So if he sees you somewhere else, he's gonna carry that beef on, no matter how long it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's the one who cut in line. So like, what's he got to beef with? Oh, because I said something about it. Oh, okay, Lars.
Yeah, he's got that face like he's that dude that like there's other people in your family that are like friends with him, so you like have to spend time with him, but it's never really comfortable and never really like
and
anything
they're
he
all,
says.
and they're always trying to take you down. They're like, "Oh, he's cool, man. I don't understand why you don't like him." You know?
Yeah, like I'm the
Lars is
asshole.
Definitely one of those guys. Tough.
For sure.
He only comes over. He only comes over at barbecues and drinks all the Bud Light Platinum.
And then
Right? No one realizes.
and
this.
then gets in an argument with your uncle. You know, it starts hitting on your girlfriend. Fuck you, Lars.
Right. He's wearing overalls and shit.
Yeah.
He's never coming back on the show.
Yeah. Lars isn't welcome, and he's not welcome to wrap his grubby hands around my
Bud Light.
Bud Light
Platinum.
Platinum. God, that's tasty.
I don't know why I was buzzing about it. I was like,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
express myself with.
It's because it was like melting in your mouth. That's the only thing you could equate. You know.
Yeah.
It's just it's caramely. It's nice.
It is
it
caramely,
makes
I
you
mean,
feel
it's-
warm. You know what, dude? If honestly, if I could take Bud Light Platinum to war with me, if I only could choose one person in this world, I would take the cool, refreshing can of Bud Light Platinum. I could beat any army in the world with this one can of Bud Light Platinum.
If I found one wounded in the mud, leaking, I'd carry it over my shoulder.
Jules, let it go. No.
He's not gonna make it. I carry him within me forever.
Don't leave anyone behind.
I can shotgun it if I try hard enough. It's flat, Jules. It's flat.
Still good. These are so good flat though. There's no better beer flat. If you've got to drink a warm beer, better hope it's a platinum.
Yeah, yeah.
Real talk.
You might as well just like spit in the can. Just take one for the team. You know.
No.
You know, it's like a shoey. Have you ever? Yeah, we're going back to Australia again. But have you ever done a shoey?
Like where you drink out of a shoe?
Yeah. So it's like a
I
thing.
thought that was more of
at,
a German thing.
No, it's an Australian thing. Huge Australian thing. At sporting events.
Excuse me, go on.
Yeah, no, that's how I was feeling too at first. But once you do a shoey, it's one of the most exhilarating things on the planet.
There's a point in high school, kind of late I was kind of too old for it, where I discovered all the fun things you could do with a lighter when you let like an object fill with the butane.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take a friend's shoe and hold the lighter upside down. Definitely for sure try this at home. I would fill the shoe with lighter fluid by just holding the lighter upside down above the shoe for a count to like 6 maybe. A long 6, you guys. Take your time. Then I would light just the air above the shoe and get like a shoe like a sterno for a minute. Put it
Yeah,
under
yeah.
a nice hors d'oeuvre tray.
Mm.
Yeah. And it was pretty. And then the
Have you
inside of
ever-
the shoe would be like crispy. You'd
Have
put
you
your
ever
foot
tried
in
to
it.
put some shrimp in there? Make a nice little kebab. I'm feeling ideas, you know, and you can do this anywhere,
Nike,
you
call
can-
Copernic. We got the shrimp shoe.
right? Greasy conversation. We got that shrimp shoe.
Cocktail shoes.
Check the merch.
What goes great with Bud
Oh,
Light
man.
Platinum? Pour some Bud Light Platinum over that shrimp shoe. That's an hors d'oeuvre.
Real talk though, dipping shrimp in Bud Light Platinum is really good.
Yeah, that sounds decadent as
That's
fuck.
right. It's the real move though. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my god! Like,
Lime?
I think that's how I'm gonna spend my day tomorrow, just in a robe. I'm gonna get a huge platter of like cocktail shrimp, and instead of like using like the sauce, like the what do you call
Cocktail
it?
sauce?
That cocktail sauce, yeah. I'm just gonna be dipping it in Bud Light Platinum.
Oh yeah. You gotta mix
Sit-
the cocktail sauce and the platinum.
Sitting on the porch in my slippers
Sounds
and a
legit
denim
good.
jacket.
It sounds
It's gonna be great.
for real's good. Or even just like thickening up the platinum with like some confectioners.
Like confetti.
Just some
Yeah.
just some raw metallic confetti that's guaranteed to cut up all the parts of your intestines for sure. They're just like little slicing squares of
What?
sharp plastic.
Watching the kids in the neighborhood play while you're dipping your shrimp in confetti.
Oh man. Imagine confetti getting processed by like some lizards and stuff. Or just like shred their insides probably. It's like
Dude,
eating
yeah, your shit
glass
would look
paper.
like your shit would look like Twizzlers at the end of that.
Oh.
You'd be shitting Twizzlers.
Prolapsed.
Oh god.
Oh god. I knew that was coming back eventually.
That's the funniest word that I really don't expect anyone else to enjoy, so we should move on.
Prolapse?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just think that word is so funny.
It's funny in hindsight. I didn't like when you say it. It's funny, you know.
I don't, it takes some effort, it takes some training, and I don't think it's necessarily worth it.
It's just funny when you think about it though, because it's like you're jumping the gun just to lapse. You prolapse. You know, it sounds positive, but it's almost always negative.
It sounds like
Yeah.
you're good at it, yeah.
yeah.
It sounds like you put in
You're
some
like on a
time.
date. I'm a professional prolapser.
Oh god.
You know what? I'm out of here. I
Did
gotta
you
go.
did you read her entire resume? Did you read the whole resume? Because there's some details here.
Says here you've been prolapsing for 5-6 years.
Wait, this person's at the bottom of the pile. Did you read this whole resume? There's some skills here. It makes that sound. Oh no, that's some people are gonna be clearing their search history now that we talked about that.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations. if you didn't learn this episode.
Oh man.
Clear those
Oh,
cookies.
speaking of learning, before we do the commercials. Before we do commercials, let's try to balance this out with the most sciencey piece of news you can find. What's the one that?
The most science.
Yeah, what's the most like learnish?
All
learnly?
right. So apparently this group. I can't remember the name of the group. This is a long ass article, but these researchers are working on like encoding memory from one rat and like basically recording their memory of how they're performing a task and then transferring that into another rat so the rat just learns it.
Yes. So 2 rats. Actually, I think they might have been mice and not
Mice, yeah.
full-size rats. Rats. But I'm not
Rates.
positive.
Rates.
So both of them had 16 electrodes put into their brain in a grid, which sounds like really low resolution to capture a pattern of electrical signals and then have that electrical signal pattern go back into something. But apparently it wasn't enough resolution that the electrical impulses that happened when one mouse learned a task, which was, I believe, a maze it had to run to get to something. Oh no, here's what it was. There was multiple levers that had to be pushed in a certain sequence to get food, and there was time delays that it had to wait out too. So you couldn't hit it too many times in a row either. So once it learned this, where it wasn't something it could stumble upon randomly, I don't know if they taught it or had enough time to learn it over time, that pattern of signals was played back in real time, just like electrical frequencies at each impulse, like a 16-track recording of it, played back into Animal B, and Animal B was able to do the sequence right away. It didn't have to relearn it or anything. In a fraction of the time that the other one learned it, indisputably proving that it had a foreknowledge of what to do from what was played back into it, which is insane because it shows that that's possible with a resolution that I would not have guessed that'd be possible.
Yeah.
Because there's no way these electrodes with only 16 of them could be close enough to get like all of the impulses between them that were going on. There had to have been hundreds of neurons in between these electrodes, and still it was enough general electrical information that even in spite of there being no hardwired connections, because we also hardwire some connections when we really learn something in a more permanent way, instead of just temporarily having a pattern of electricity there. So that wasn't even necessary. Basically, the data went in there and it worked. It's like looking at the most low-res treasure map ever, but having it just put into your brain. Yeah, and finding the treasure!
I think that was like, I don't know. I think that was like a mix of luck and like, you know, that rat B being super smart.
No, because it was like not clever smart to deduce the thing. It was like messed up to where you'd have to know. You couldn't just like trial and error guess that you need to wait a certain period of time before hitting the lever again or it would not work.
Can you imagine how many rats' brains they wiped before they figured this out? Like, it had to have been in the upper 50s.
I'm sure there's like one of those 10-gallon kitchen trash cans just
Just
full.
full of
Yeah.
them, man. There's like 10,000 master splinters out there.
Bless their little rat hearts. though.
Just
little
melting
fellas.
brains. And when they start doing it on humans, they're gonna melt some human brains too, for sure. Like, I don't know. I'm freaked out about that. Like, one of my biggest fears, it's like it's an irrational fear for sure, but someone shooting me in the head with a laser. You know, I fear lasers, but I also respect them. You know, I don't want anything
I've been afraid of this
beamed into
before
my
too.
head, you know.
But your car, the windows, the glass is really reflective because the lights all. Hold on, wait for it. There's
Don't make
a term,
me scared of my car, Waz.
columnized. It's all collimated. It's all in phase, especially with the UV coating of the all car glass like mandatory has to have. Like it's happened though. There was a report of someone in an overpass aiming a laser at people, and they were getting like hot spots and stuff. And this person was arrested.
That can happen for sure. But I don't know. It's them beaming information in there with the laser also burning.
But I mean, it'll be like the Matrix, you know, you just like run a program and then upload whatever information into your brain.
The only
I
information
hated
that you're
the
getting
Matrix.
that way, the only information you're getting that way is the information about what it feels like to be cooked alive by a beam of light. That's the only data.
But if you are being cooked alive, maybe you're Neo. Maybe you're the one. You know,
Yeah, maybe you're powder.
tasty.
I had to do an older reference. Neo's too
Powder.
recent.
Yeah. But
It's like a 10-year-old movie. It's too recent.
what would
Two
you guys?
terrible sequels?
What would you guys get? What do you first thing you could download anything into your brain and you just know it?
All
What
of
is it?
a full encyclopedia of all the porn in the world ever made. Boom.
All of it?
All of it.
All
of it. I don't
That's a
want
risky
just some of
proposition.
it.
There's
I don't want
some
just
check
some of
boxes
it.
you're gonna want.
I don't want 99% of it. I want 100%. I want it all. Give it all.
You're
to me.
gonna want some check boxes unchecked.
Nah, Roz, I want it all.
God.
I want it all.
Oh, man. Alright.
Being so intense
You
about
heard
it.
the man.
You're not going to be useful for anything. You're not
I
going to
wa-
get anything.
Kanye's
Like-
literally the curator of the Pornhub Awards. You know, if I knew all the porn in the whole world, and I have a fraction of the talent that he has, you know.
Have you, by chance, looked at Pornhub through a proxy where you can visit it as if you're from another country? Because if you set that proxy to Germany and then go to Pornhub, the ads are terrible. It's not good. I'm not even going to tease this. They're
Oh
not.
no, it's all Gmilfs.
It is all Gmails.
It's
It is
all
like
Gmails?
70% very old women. Not where it's like, oh, she's got some fine years left. Look at her. She's put together. No, it's like, oh no, like Walker status. I don't mean Texas Ranger.
like you gotta go to the nursing home, like nursing home porn. Yeah.
I mean, like there can't be enough sentience left for consent.
Oh man.
It's like that. It's like nursing homes.
Slow, sad nod.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Terrible.
I think you better re-question that. Let
Nope.
me give you a second. You get a mulligan. You can have a plan B if you want to.
No.
You get two things.
No,
You
no.
only have a
With it.
second one.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Hey,
I know what knowledge I'd want to be beamed. I would want to be beamed because I'm not gonna like take this. I'm gonna really use this one. If I can have any knowledge beamed to me, you didn't imply knowledge that was already possessed by mankind.
Oh no,
I
that's
want
true.
some fresh knowledge from aliens, some cosmos knowledge. I would want the knowledge of how to manually edit my own DNA with my own like thoughts, where I can just be so like Buddhist enlightened that I can like see the sequences of my DNA and what they do and just manually change them to other stuff.
so like
And-
some Martian Manhunter shit from
Well-
the Justice League, like you can turn into like other things.
Yeah.
and, like,
Yeah, you can just shape shift.
And guess what I would shapeshift into?
What?
So I would alter my DNA so that I could become a mutant that is just covered, all of my skin just covered in fingers. Like the human koosh ball. Just rolling around. Look at your face about this.
I think
You're
you have a career in Japan, Waz. You could totally write mangas.
proper. Go into like all of the troubles I have in my daily life, the advantages, people taking pictures of me when I'm just trying to cash my checks at the bank. All my normal people scenarios take place at the bank, by the way. Just
You
rolling
just go to the
myself
bank
in the
so
bank.
often.
All pinkies too.
All pinkies.
Yeah.
I think honestly though, I'm sticking with mine. Cause here's the thing. What if? All right, big what if? I could become like a world leader. You know, like no matter what problem people have. Oh, dude, I got this video you gotta watch. It's gonna freak you out. You know, like, and then here I am sitting with the president of America. You know, the President Putin of Russia. You know, we're all sitting there watching weird porn together, right? And I'm like, this is crazy, right? Do you want to keep watching this with me, or do you want to work out your differences? And they stand up, they shake hands. I put on a MAGA hat. We're done. I'm the new Kanye. Boom.
Putin's like seeing it. Everyone you put on. Putin's like over it.
He's so over it. Trump is just
He's,
weirded
like, super
out.
bored.
He's like, I pee on beds, but this is too far for me.
Hey, so we got more input. It turns out Matrix is almost a 20-year-old movie.
It is.
Not as old as Powder, though.
Well, I mean, take sequels in. I know people hate the sequels, but you have to take the trilogy.
My
as a
favorite
whole.
sequel to The Matrix is The Ring, where, you get that tape and you watch it and then you die and you.
Oh yeah, the
that
creepy
is
girl
pretty
comes out of the TV.
sweet.
Yeah.
Have you seen the original one?
I have.
Is it Korean or Japanese? But the original one is way scarier. It's way more freaky. And then they did The Ring versus The Grudge. I
It's
don't know
less
if you've seen
freaky
that
if
one.
you read too fast. The
Yeah.
subtitles spoil it.
Yeah, that is true.
You're like, it says, you're like, oh no, someone's gonna, oh no.
Well, a rule of thumb, I typically, the first time I watch a foreign movie, I don't watch it with subtitles. So the first time, I'm just genuinely freaked out. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on?
That
what
sounds
is-"
really boring though.
Yeah,
It's like people talking in some other language, acting scared. You're like, oh, they're scared or whatever.
Get super high and do it. Freak you out. People coming through your TV, break dancing. All around. They're colorful people.
Dude, the what's that? Johnny Five Rider? It's the Speed Racer. The movie Speed Racer.
Oh yeah.
Not called Johnny Five Rider. The Mach 5 Speed Racer. Okay, so that movie. Did you ever notice at the beginning of Speed Racer, there's this swirl of like psychedelic rainbow time
Are we talking the live
for
action?
no reason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that rainbow swirl, and then it turns into a checkered flag swirl, and then it makes sense.
It's because like the folklore with that is because it's an old cartoon.
Well, yeah. I used to read
And-
the comic book.
And also like a lot of like NASCAR back in the day, like back in the day when Dale Earnhardt won, not the sequel, was racing, and he was like a fucking like phenomenon. Like he was a real like icon back in like the 70s, 80s, shit like that. So it's like that racing became cool. Like when I was a kid, I would watch a lot of old school cartoons like that. I really wanted to drive NASCAR and shit. I thought that shit was tight, And then you're driving super fast, listening to some Sabbath,
I just
It
wanted
sounds
to be
sick as fuck.
I just
Right?
wanted to be friends with a sentient car. So like Herbie the Love Bug, Kit, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Anytime where the car had like a personality, I wanted to be like buddies with it. And I would have like cars drive other cars as a kid. Like remember those Constructs? Did you ever see Constructs? There's like these blue knots and these gray beams, and there'd be these gray seat
Oh,
or
yeah,
these
yeah.
green seat pieces you'd plug in there, and those seats perfectly fit a Hot Wheels or a Matchbox car, but sitting up as if it was driving.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, cars driving. I pretend their little wheels were reaching out, and they'd like Tarzan around and stuff.
I would be down, like some Optimus Prime type shit. I would be down, but I wouldn't ride in the car when we had an argument. They could kill me at any minute.
Oh, I know,
Not
just
even
fold
think
up
twice
and you're
about
just
it.
grinding about.
Yeah, for real. Just be like, okay, well, I'll become a human now too, Jules. Fuck you. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I'm dead.
That's my favorite part of the Jay and Silent Bob animated show. There's a part at the end where it's just all of a sudden an anime. Like, who's driving?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Bear's
yeah.
driving.
Yeah.
And a transformer does transform and kill everybody. And it's the only time I've seen that, besides someone just talking about it. The only time I've seen it animated. And it was traumatizing. I cried when Optimus Prime died in the old one. It
Oh,
was
the
like,
movie? Yeah.
No. The
Animated movie.
In the show.
The animated show
Yeah.
before the first anime. I was super little.
Well, do you
I was
remember?
like 5 or something.
Do you remember though? It was like I know why you cried though, because remember they left it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
It because that show had ended. That's
The
what brought
Allspark.
on the new Transformers cartoon. But that show ended on a cliffhanger, and they didn't have another episode for a while. So it was just like, oh, he's dead, and they're all sad.
Just
like,
left it that way.
yeah, it was pretty dark,
No
dude.
wonder, because I didn't watch that show that much, yet
Yeah.
that like haunted me. And Tums commercials. Every time a Tums commercial would come on at that age, and the letters would rush at you and be all Tums, the Tums, Tums.
I actually like that.
Oh man, I remember as like falling over in my diapers, crying and being consoling and stuff.
I would
Some
ask.
tender moments with my mom, early memories.
I wouldn't fall asleep unless my mom played that on repeat.
Or, or like that, what was it, the Snuggie? The little Snuggles, the bear?
Oh,
Dude, that thing used to creep the shit out of me as a kid. I had nightmares about that shit all the time, man.
How we would just get out of the laundry room,
Yeah,
and start
right.
walking around and shit.
It just like looked so creepy.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
the way
really
the mouth,
jittery.
the dead eyes staring
Yeah.
off in his face.
Isn't that what Ted is based off of?
Probably.
TED Talks? You know what TED Talks is?
All TED Talks are formed by Snuggle Bear,
This creepy bear. That's such a smart guy.
right?
Co-founder of Mensa. It's so smart.
He's had all information beamed directly into his brain. His little fabric softener brain.
Snuggly little brain.
It's the fabric softener brain.
Okay, you guys, I want to talk about commercials manually. Like
Yeah.
Dish Network. Dish Network, you can legit call them, get your house all dished up, and RadioVegas.rocks, if you mention them, benefits from this. Even just talking about dish time, even if you don't necessarily get a dish right away. Just chat them up about some dish, mention RadioVegas.rocks, hit them up real quick over here.
800-293-0328.
Dish it up.
800-293-0328.
Dish.
That's 800-293-0328.
Dish.
Yeah, dished.
I wanted to get one in.
Got the deep dish for you.
Yeah.
So, once you're having that nice dish-a-roni pot pie right in your little carry-on luggage on some low-cost airlines, I mean, you can pay a lot for. They'll let you give them extra money. They don't stop you. But if you want a deal and you want to talk to someone on the phone about that deal and get all flying through the air like some kind of world traveler, hit these people up. It's low-cost airlines. That's, you know what an airline is. Get in there. Go fly through the air. Metal tube. Yeah.
800-515-2397. 800-515-2397. That's 800-515-2397.
Invisible jets.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Invisible jets are so sexy.
Yeah. Big fan. Huge fan.
And affordable.
You know, you can be in the Mile High Club alone without a partner.
Oh, dude, totally. I got kicked off United for that one time.
Dang, how you must have been really going
I was
at
in.
it.
I was in there for
You're
a
like
little bit.
elbowing the door and stuff.
Oh yeah, and I'm. All right, here's the thing.
There's a lot to
Here-
throw off the situation. It's like roller coastery, really.
Here's a personal thing. You know, I'm more of a tea here is what we call it from where I come from. You know,
What?
so it takes a little bit, but I'm like, he. You know.
So you're like tickle me elbowing up in that door. And you're
Absolutely.
like, what's this guy?
Get this guy out of here.
Yeah, take away his feathers. That's weird. Hey, by the way, thanks so much for watching us on YouTube because we know damn well you ain't watching us on Facebook right now. Because that shit overheated again, for sure.
Did it again.
Yeah. It's either going to gobble up all the battery or overheat trying to run on battery doing it. So I guess that's funny. If that's the trade-off, like, can I manually have it run at a lower picture rate? Because, like,
I would just have us all blurry as fuck.
yeah, just blur it up if you're going to not overheat. What's that?
Right.
It's like, so who's paying attention to this? Who lets it just use that overheating
I
amount
should
at once?
know those little phone gremlins. Terrible job.
Anyway, but you can totally talk to us on YouTube. It's kind of neat because it's turning into like last week was the same thing where the Facebook one was like a preview.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
welcome past the preview, you guys.
You guys made it.
You made it. Get ready for something solemn and totally serious suddenly. Woo! Really though, if you've got like a drug that's really like monkeying on your back, National Treatment Advisors. They've been around for a long time. They're people, you can get your insurance to pay for it. You can get the help you need to do less of what you're doing too much of.
Absolutely. And you know, I actually have a great story.
Hit them up, like story number again.
800-961-2480.
National Treatment.
National Treatment.
What's that story?
I actually used to have an addiction to nasal spray.
That's
Yeah.
real.
No, it is real. I actually had a real addiction to nasal spray.
Did you have crazy runnings and stuff without it, or did you get like pissed and like punch
No, my
walls and stuff?
nose would like close up if I wasn't using nasal
Yeah,
spray. It was just
levmethylamine.
Crazy.
You were a levmethylamine addict.
Yeah.
Oh man, I totally deserve extra likes and follows for remembering that word. I'm fucking proud. Levmethylamine.
Love methylamine. I love Bud Light Platinum.
So if you have a problem with levmethylamine, here you go.
800-961-2480.
That's right. Sorry, that felt a little bit inconclusive, like it wasn't
Yeah.
totally confident about it. Let's say that again more confidently, right, buddy? This is our friend Jeff.
800-961-2480.
Yeah, Jeff. Ooh, he breathed at the. He wasn't totally sure. Jeff, who do we call? Who's the real number? Tell me one more time. I want to be totally positive. While I stall while moving these arrows around in Ableton, so it plays a different part of the file. What's it? Jeff?
800-961-2480.
Ah, that's
Oh,
right.
thanks, Jeff.
That's confident.
Thank you,
yeah,
Jeff.
That's it for sure. Thanks for telling us that one more time. Taxes, though. Here's the thing. Tax party every week, right? We love doing our
Yeah,
taxes.
yeah. I mean, you got to keep up with it. But
Seriously.
run
Unless
away
you're
from
Wesley
you.
Snipes. That man doesn't have to pay taxes.
Right.
Yeah.
Every week we joke around like this, and I feel like a little bit more barf burbling up in my stomach with how unprepared I am for taxes.
Oh yeah.
Like, real talk, I have not been doing my taxes every week.
So far behind now.
Independent contractor.
800-917-8546.
Tax.
That's 800-917-8546.
Taxes.
Yeah, they're going to have a tangled web I wove
Do your taxes.
to unravel. You know, it's like when someone makes a whole boat out of yarn that's just knotted together. Like
And you know that's gonna get soggy like some Captain Crunch.
oh my gosh,
'Cause,
my taxes look like a catalog of fancy knots.
in water or
Yeah, might as well be.
In bowls of soggy cereal.
I mean,
My records, my financial records to do taxes on, if you dip them in water to the point of eligibility, they would likely take
So-
only
so-
marginally longer.
So who would you call to help you with that?
I need a firefighter.
Oh, you need like a firefighter.
But I can hit up these people to hook it
Because I was
up.
gonna say I know a guy.
This is these people. Check it out.
800-917-8546.
Almost forgot
That's
that.
800-917-8546.
Yeah, 8546.
He's not like what you'd call like a certified firefighter. He like literally has a thing against fires. Runs in, they tell him not to.
With a baseball bat.
Yeah. And I'm like, Marlo, come back, come back. But man, the guy loves it.
Shout out to Marlo.
Shouts out to Marlo.
Hey, Marlo, we were talking with him about his credit and getting him a new used car leased, which is totally incorrect. You can't lease a new, anyway, that's used. You can lease used cars, can you? What am I
Sure.
doing?
Why
Let's
not?
talk to the. Let me fix my credit first, and then I'm going to lease
Yeah.
some
If
new.
you have the cars already, you could technically lease them out. You know?
Yeah, but is it still? I guess it'd still be a lease.
Because no one can tell you what to do with your car, per se.
Oh, they can.
Yeah.
And they have.
Yeah.
I've been told some things not to do with my car. That's for damn sure.
Really? Because I've done some pretty sketchy things inside my car.
You just don't show it to cops.
Are you sure?
Don't wave them over.
Excuse me, sir. I need your approval.
Yeah, hold this for me.
By the way, would you like a Bud Light Platinum? I just opened this one.
Check it out. Hey, just have a sip from my Camelback.
Sir, get in my car. Get in my car.
BLP Camelback.
Beep, 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 BLP, Camelback.
Beep, beep, BLP, you guys. Don't text people while driving drunk. Dude, really, seriously, don't text and drive
don't,
drunk.
Don't do that. Don't
Pick
do that.
one.
Yeah, definitely. Like if,
Oh, man.
if the light is red, you put your car in park and you
Yeah.
finish your Bud Light.
You
Platinum.
drink at the intersections only. Don't drink while the car's driving
or
around.
if you're at a red light and you realize you're kind of drunk, turn your car off, get out, and run away. You run far away from that fucking car.
No one will know it's your car. It's only
Yeah, they
registered to
won't
you.
know. Yeah. Also, like, go back and take all your drugs out because I
Take
had
the
a cop
license plates
find that
off.
stuff. He was not cool about it.
I just make sure all the gloves I buy don't fit me.
Oh, definitely.
I
'cause-
only use gloves that don't fit me
Yo,
to do everything.
I had an uncle that was in law enforcement one time, and he always used to tell me if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. I think his name Johnny.
John Fogerty?
Uncle Johnny. Uncle Johnny. I don't know. He did one huge case. I cannot remember his full name though. I'm gonna call my mom after.
You're talking about John Fogerty from
John
Creedence.
Fogerty.
Creedence
Yeah.
Clearwater
You
Revival.
know, yeah.
Old
Uncle
Uncle John
John.
Fogerty, yeah.
Uncle John.
Little John Fogerty.
Do do
Yeah.
do. Looking out my back door
Wasn't yeah, exactly.
and watching murders.
Wasn't the judge also the guy that was the producer for MGMT's first two albums?
That would be
Yeah.
tight.
David Eno?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Or wait, no, Brian Eno.
Brian Eno, yeah.
Yeah.
Judge Brian, the Honorable Brian Eno. Besides, glad he could take a break from all that.
He takes 20 years to record one part.
Then finally, someone gets sentenced. Okay, these are the things you can enjoy when you have fabulous credit with the credit repair people. Get ready. We thought we were talking about show. I was an interstitial. Look out.
So please make this free call and change your life.
877-857-1286. 877-857-1286. That's 877-857-1286.
Please.
That's right. That's seriously how you do your credit situation. These people will haggle with other people for you. Will negotiate what you owe down. That's not fair that you owe that much. Pay less than that.
They can't make you pay that, you know?
But what you do pay, you can make that money with your fabulous idea.
Exactly.
Like, we had a sick idea on the way here, right? That we can talk to Davidson big idea about while mentioning RadioVegas.rocks to them.
We did, but I forgot what it was.
It's like license plate frames. Like, license plates don't need frames, yet people keep putting frames on them. I don't get it. Someone will hop on that bandwagon while it's still new and hip.
Are you trying to ban them? Or?
No, I'm trying to be one of the first people to sell a license plate frame with a message on the top and also the bottom of it. And you can put your own message there. It can say anything. If you're really clever, you can get a custom plate, and that can be like the middle part of it. You know, like the middle, like the license plate says like fishing or like fishing plus, like, oh, he's like, and then the bottom it's like hiking. So it's like fishing plus hiking. It's not just like fishing plus, like he's like a programmer of fish catching. I'm stringing some obscure things together here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But
Oh,
yeah,
no, I love
so
it,
I'm
yeah.
going to invent
I think you're onto something.
the
There.
next
I like
best solution in license plate framery, where you have your own custom message on the license plate frame. None of that custom license plate itself message prices.
See,
Ah!
I'm gonna go pee and not copyright this license plate idea. I'll be right back.
I hope you love it. It's bound to happen.
I'm gonna copyright it.
Copyright the sound of it.
What if
Put
we
it
get
on
like antique?
Spotify.
What about like antique license plate frames?
Oh, dude, like license plate frames that predate the automobile.
Yeah,
It's like wicker, like knotted, a nice knotty pine.
just like the gold stained wood.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's like ivory license plate frame.
there we go.
That's way pimper than having like a Maserati, and then your license plate frame is just another Maserati logo. Like, look, underneath it says Maserati again. Oh, you sprung for the Maserati frame,
Right.
plate frame. That's redundant.
Yeah.
But if it was like fine, like what's a tusk? Let's say hippo tusk.
Well,
This exotic tusk of the hippopotamus frame license plate. And it has your custom message also! Ah! So that would be,
yeah,
that's gold in a barrel right there. And
like,
you,
like shooting gold in a barrel.
yeah, totally. That's like printing money in a submarine. Taking all the news journalists on that submarine. It's like a submarine full of reporters.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Okay, hey, you know what? I think that's. Oh no, it's not. It's not.
Isn't
Listen.
there a number?
No. Oh yeah, Davidson, big idea. Call them. Oops. Call them. This number 800.
Davidson charges fees for services.
800-208-9876.
You have ideas.
800-208-9876.
800-208-9876.
So I mean, once in a while, some of us are lucky enough to get ideas. You know, it doesn't happen to everyone, but you could be one of those lucky few that actually gets one.
You very well might be blessed by the sprinkling sparkle stars above the cosmos and in the cosmos
It's the
above
golden
you.
shower of mind work.
Yeah, it's like the one that doesn't happen to Trump and Russia type of golden shower of
Yeah.
delightful learning and growth.
It's not like that one thing that never happened.
That'd be tight though if he came back and he's like, I was peed on. Now I know everything about being president. When really that's all you really need to know.
They convince him that that's one of the things. He doesn't even like it. It's just a humiliation. They're just
Oh
like,
man.
yeah, most of Congress pees on you. It's how you get your presidential
Dude,
power. It's
we
like-
all had to do it.
Right.
Obama
we all
did
had
it.
to do it. Obama did it. Well, you pussy, you aren't going to do it. Obama let us pee on him. Oh, man. He liked it.
Man.
So,
I'm surprised he just doesn't admit it.
Right?
Like, nothing would happen.
I know.
No,
I mean, it's going to be in the news for like a day, and then something else is
he
going to
called
happen.
a porn star a horse face the other day.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
porn star he in fact banged.
Right.
Look,
So,
if y'all still in your 20s, no offense, you might assume that when a woman is squirting on you, that it's all or even mostly like an extra kind of juice that she makes as a lubricant. If you're lucky, you might get a glob of that. I'm telling you, most of it's pee.
oh.
Especially if it comes out in a stream from her urethra. That's
Yeah.
that's just you're just getting peed on. It's just,
Wait, it comes out.
she's
from-
excited about it, yeah, but you're being peed on for sure.
I've been doing it all wrong.
She's just been bathing in women's urine for days.
I would say weeks, was.
It's supposedly sterile.
I go in, you know.
We've-
I go in.
Hey, that's the kind of thing that one of our sponsors, Spunk Lube, can totally substitute. It's sterile too, but it's non-staining and certainly doesn't smell like, you know. And you can spread it all around and get all motivated. So when you make your own, you feel like it's at home with all this artificial semen. That's also a lubricant.
Thank you, Spunk Lube.
Yeah, I'm so happy that's a real product.
Spunk Lube changed my life.
And it goes great with cold cock whiskey because that gets you in the mood. It's also a real product. I don't know why I have to reassure you these are actual products.
And
They
if
do
you-
sponsor the show, and it is yummy. Both of them are yummy.
mix your cold cock whiskey with the sweet, refreshing taste of Bud Light Platinum. But remember,
You've had that, right? Didn't we mix them in the other show?
no, I never got any cold cock.
A little cold cock and platinum. It's good.
Do
It's
you have any
smooth.
right now?
We sculpt it all. We've got empty bottles.
I mean, I could.
It doesn't
I
stick
could
around.
waft it. You know.
Hey, I'll give you a sniff later.
All right, give me a sniff later. We'll
Hey,
reconvene after the show.
When you're in Vegas, you've got to get the little cuppy pepperonis, the little peppy cups, over at Naked City Pizza.
Is that a real thing? Peppy cups,
Well,
Pepperoni cups.
pepperoni.
the pepperoni rolls, and remember those little hot corn poppers, little rubber things you'd get at KB Toys? You'd bend them inside out and set them
Oh,
on the
yeah.
ground. They'd pop inside out. But imagine that, but made of pepperoni.
Wow.
Naked City Pizza, y'all.
Next to Spunk Lube, that's like the best thing I've heard yet.
You can put one on top of the other and have that kind of party. Although then it sucks because then you feel like you can't come without food. You don't want to saturate.
You, that's
Right?
a wormhole you don't want to go
Wait.
down.
Yeah,
Wait.
you don't want a dependency issue.
Yeah.
Like, wait, honey, hold on.
Let's
I gotta
order
get
a
my
pizza.
cheeks full before I'm not gonna get this. I'm not gonna get there without the
You
chipmunk.
know, I can't do it if the microwave's not running.
I don't know.
It is not.
I gotta have my microwave pizza cooking up. You know.
That's the Barry White my household. Oh,
It's gonna beep.
That's how you know she's in the mood. Hear that beep beep beep.
whirlpool me, baby.
Oh, I'm feeling freaky tonight.
Oh man.
Turned it on 2 hours instead of 1.
Panasonic. Let's just name brands of microwaves we've had in our home. Oh, RCA.
Whirlpool.
Oh man.
So, let's remind everyone if you've been fast forwarding through the commercials, it's time to come back.
Big mistake.
Yeah, you missed out. You missed most actual legit show disguised as commercial,
Yeah.
or vice versa. No, totally that
No,
direction.
totally. This was the show.
Yeah, and it's real showtime that we mentioned strip and dip chicken too, by the way, and Juan's Flaming Cantina, and Pinche's Tacos, where you can get a free blood orange margarita. No, you get a free when you buy a blood orange margarita. You get a free.
Gringo taco.
Yes, and man, that's good stuff. But you
And-
have to mention Radio Vegas.rocks.
It's true.
Excuse me.
That
So-
sounded painful.
Anyway,
It
welcome
is.
back to the Greasy Conversation Talk Cast Pod Show.
We did it.
We did it. We're done. No. Seriously though, we've got some of the best news still left to spare.
Can we
Yeah.
can we talk about you know,
Ew.
Mr. Bonesaw?
No, Mr. Bonesaw.
Mr. Bonesaw, MBS.
What?
You know, he's
Major
the Prince
League
of
Baseball.
No, Major League Softball. Anyway, he's the Prince of Saudi Arabia that chopped up the
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah, the
talking about that
journalist.
tragic journalist. Yeah, I have his name in Khashoggi.
Yeah,
In
something
the
like that.
notes. You know when you read a name but you don't say it out loud to yourself because that's creepy?
You're
It's
never
been
sure
that
how to say it.
situation. Blessed in peace. Bless his heart. A fellow person in the media. I dare even reference myself as even categorized similar in what I'm doing here compared to someone that dared speak out against the kind of regime that would murder you over it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the few wannabe first world countries that still will murder an oppressor. And I guarantee there's a video of it that they're spreading around in like those secret
No, they
emails you get. You get an email that's just from like A.B. It's like the government of your nation just hijacking whatever thing they can do to just send you a secret email to remind you that if you send out one more article, they'll find you in whatever country you are, and it's chop
Unless-
off each finger individually time.
Unless it's like one of those like chain messages you used to get on MySpace. Unless you share this video with like 3 other friends, you'll have bad luck for 7 years.
It's like that, but you get the really bad luck right away.
Yeah,
Instead of years, it's
definitely.
fingers that are chopped off,
That
and it's
kinda
10
like-
of them.
Luck where you just die.
But they just reopened movie theaters, huh? Who wants to go to the movies? Who wants to see the Emoji Movie in Saudi Arabia with your boy, huh? No, but the story is actually really interesting, though. Like, that's why I really wanted to talk about this. I wanted to
Please.
get you guys' input. So, for everyone that doesn't know the story, Mr. Khashoggi, he went missing in early October. Wherever he went back to Saudi Arabia to get documents so he could marry his fiancee. Goes missing.
So you get his divorce documents to marry his new fiance.
Yeah. So it goes missing, whatever.
Are you going to mention the 2 phones? So he like gave his fiance both of his phones.
Oh,
And
yeah.
said, call this number if I don't return. Because I'm just going into a government office to finish up divorce paperwork. That's
Yeah.
when they nabbed him. That's when he disappeared forever.
So they apparently, he goes missing, whatever. Then the story comes out, he's dead. Then Saudi Arabia is like, no, he's not.
And
then-
Trump's like, I can't say he's dead because we've got all these other interests in Saudi Arabia. You know, we make a lot of money with Saudi. He like waving his finger. You know, I can't just badmouth our buddy Saudi Arabia. We make a lot of money from them, and that's more important than any kind of moral stance. You know.
Yeah.
American children, you make sure you learn. If someone's got you by the wallet, you let them get away with murder and molest you all day.
And
That's what you should know as a role model as president.
So the first story, though, which is, it gets kind of funny in this tragedy. The first story is that he's not dead. The second story was he was here, but he left. So we don't know what happened to him. The third story, well, we just don't know what happened to him. The fourth story.
And this is like every 12 hours.
Yeah,
There's a-
no,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is going on for 2 weeks. And because America, the American journalists, whatever, they're pressing him. Other countries are pressing him. The fourth story, well, he probably died, but he probably didn't die here. The fifth story, he came in, got in a fight with someone in the government office, and was killed. Now, the story right before I got here, breaking news, like right as I was pulling up, Saudi Arabia has admitted that he died in the office, but they're saying he got in a fight. He got in a fight with someone he didn't know in the office and was shot, dismembered, brought out, and all of this stuff inside the office. And they're like, well, we
Yeah,
don't. Like,
he got in this fight with this person. The only way we could keep him off, the only way we could stop this person from getting beaten up by him was to remove each of his fingers one at a time.
We had to
It's just the only way we could
Yeah.
calm him down.
we had to torture him, shoot him, and cut him up. I mean, that's how I saw
He got in a fight. He started it.
That's
Seriously,
what we do to
obviously-
everyone. That's what we do to everyone who starts fights here.
Obviously, this is fucking gross.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. Like, and then America's still like, well, we don't really know. And I'm like, dude, like, you know. Like,
Well, as of a day ago, I know Trump was saying he is probably dead. It would be a total miracle for him to be alive. And solemnly, as much respect as I think Trump is capable of, in very elementary school English, it was kind of like when the goldfish died in Mr. Rogers. But like less eloquent,
Yeah,
less
yeah.
big words. Definitely smaller words than Mr. Rogers is capable of with children. Like, it's very sad. He's probably dead. It's a sad thing that we're all sad about because I don't know any other substitutes for that word that I can use to act in any way sincere. But I mean, seriously, for Trump, pretty sincere. It was like Trump's sin-ish. It was sin-ish.
I don't know, though.
I think
I
he's
don't-
capable of being sad that someone died with, especially, I know he's especially sad about a country that he's in bed with looking bad.
Yeah.
Because he's got financial interests of his own with Saudi Arabia, completely separate from the government ones that we're in bed with. But at least I have to appreciate that he was completely open about saying, hey, I politically am in a hard point here. You guys got to feel me here. Like, we're really in, we make a lot of money with these Saudis. I can't really, you know.
They got my balls in a vice.
Yeah.
It seems like that's his problem, though. Everybody has his balls in a vice. Porn stars, American porn stars have his balls in a vice. How does that happen? Like, I don't know. It's like Russia has his balls in a vice. Mexico has his balls in a vice somehow. Like,
Instead of us just thinking he's a pussy and also a liar about why he's a pussy, at least he's honest about, like, American people, this is specifically why I'm a pussy about this.
I'm in tremendous debt to everyone.
Yeah.
This was a bad idea.
So it gives me this weird conflicting emotion of, like, where you just put your hand on your chin and kind of do the frown and nod of like, okay, at least you're a transparent asshole.
I think,
Yeah.
I think it's just getting to the point where like he's just gonna be like, look, man, I can't do this with you guys anymore. I hung tough for as long as I could. We'll have President Anderson Derry take control. VP Anderson Derry.
President Anderson Cooper, or did you say Anderson Derry?
No,
the-
like Mike Pence, that warm glass of milk. that
Oh,
we got
Anderson
chilling
Derry. I thought you were saying the ice cream president.
there. Yeah, he is the ice cream milky president. Like, he's
Old
a
milky.
very-
No, it's
old
that's
milky.
nothing ice cream about him.
Yeah,
Just a warm glass of milk before bed.
I've
Oh.
literally
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock bedtime.
I've literally got like half a gallon of milk in my fridge that's been bad for like a week.
Oh, man.
And
Damn,
I'm
son.
gonna go home and write Mike Pence on the side of it.
Pence is 8 o'clock bedtime. The person,
Right.
the human being.
I'm gonna text my roommate. Be sure to dump out the Pence tonight.
God. Oh, you
yeah.
guys, kids, I'm sorry. It's Pence. You gotta go.
Right.
Gotta turn off the cartoons. It's Pence o'clock.
It's Pence o'clock, which is 7 p.m. on the dot.
Right.
I want you in bed reading that Bible. Pick out your favorite story. Read it to me.
No.
I like the one where God kills all those kids because they made fun of the bald guy.
Yeah. Go out, thy bald head. Are you familiar with that one, Jules?
That's Job, right?
No, it's like I think Elijah.
Is it Elijah? No, Job is the one where the God and the devil make a bet, and then they torture that guy.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Let me just fuck up this dude's life."
Oh, that one's so funny.
And then he's like, "What? Oh, you're gonna say something about it? Don't you know who the fuck I am? I'm God, bitch. I did all this shit."
There's a lot of gold in the Bible. If
Yeah.
you really look at it like objectively, it's like there's a lot of really funny stories that like if you really like read it, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
Second
crazy.
Timothy.
2 Timothy.
Second Timothy is like the chapter that's just, it's like the Hollywood chapter. It's just, it's really messed up. I'll preface it with that before we enjoy it together. But ladies, it's not your chapter. Second Timothy
Like most of the
starts off basically saying that women are just for looking at. And
Oh, wow.
You shouldn't listen to anything they say because they shouldn't be talking.
Damn.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's like Second Timothy is like Old Testament. That's really like not the real Bible. It's the part that was stolen from the Jews.
Yeah.
It's just Torah part like
No.
reissue.
I'm not letting them get away with that.
But like, that's the thing
bullshit.
is even
Yeah.
the Jews do not subscribe to this Second Timothy baloney.
Right.
It's hardcore. They're like, oh no, that prophet was having a bad divorce. That's not good. No. Timothy, he got done wrong. It's not legit. That's not doctrine. There's so
What do you
much in
mean?
there. It's like, nah, that you're just leaving that Song of Solomon. Why is Song of Solomon even in there?
Because
It's just poetry about dancing around naked and flowers and stuff.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like every good movie needs a good like musical intermission break.
Song
Have you
of
ever-
Solomon is
have you ever
like
sang-
the sex scene though.
But you have to sing the song while reading it. That's fun. You know.
Oh man, it reads like a romance novel in another language. You're just singing it. It's like, oh, in her golden rows of tits.
And then put a sick beat behind that.
tons of innuendos. There's like
That
we've
one's
described her
something.
tits as like puppies or something, like a row of puppies.
I think
Just like a whole column of puppies.
I think we got a record on our hands.
Oh yeah.
Jules and Was, the Song of Solomon,
It's hot.
Oh yeah.
coming to a Z
Hey.
Records near you.
Seriously though, we've got more to learn.
Yeah, so this is an interesting one. This Japanese company is apparently selling like Viagra and Cialis like e-cig juice, so you can like vape your Viagra. If you're
Yeah,
into
and
that
they're
kind
like
of thing.
they tried to sell it over the counter, saying it was FDA approved.
Yeah, and they were
FDA
like,
is
because they're like this is FDA approved. Like the drug is FDA approved.
by
for-
prescription.
by prescription for taking it orally, not just like putting it in
Freebasing
e-juice.
it.
Yeah, just like freebasing Viagra.
Vape your Viagra.
Yeah.
Viagra vape. Vape-agra.
I mean-
Agra. Vape Christina Aguilera.
Vape Aguilera! Oh, wow. I like that. I'm like marketed to suddenly.
Right.
Yeah.
But it kind of like makes me like how many other things were that everyone is sold that are just like borderline or just total misrepresentations, but it gets like just slides under the rug because no one cares. They're like, oh, someone's making money.
Oh, dude, super tough. I used to know a guy that would sell grass to people. Like,
Just
not
straight up
weed,
grass?
not weed, straight grass. And he would be like, oh, dude, it makes you feel better. It was a hippie guy, burner. And he would sell grass to these other burners. Like, and he's like, oh, this shit's herbal. We're doing this natural, blah, blah, blah.
That's why it looks like grass.
And I've never been so freaked out in my entire life. These people would eat it, just burned out. Blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, that was when I stopped smoking pot.
They
didn't wanna
were
end up like that.
probably, it was like probably Raid and Roundup and like all of those pesticides
Right.
burning up in
And
them.
they were just getting like, I never thought of that, but yeah, it was a real weird scene. I was like,
It's like
wow.
vape and Roundup.
And I was like, he's really getting these people, but yeah, it was crazy.
So I mean, I had like kids try to sell me grass in high school, or like when I was
Like
with my friends.
oregano or like grass?
No, like
grass?
actual. They're like pretending to sell weed and just trying to rip some kids off. They're like, no, it's just grass in a bag, man. They're like, no, man, this shit's bomb, man.
I bro like that
It's not
shit
even
up.
buds.
Like,
it's
no,
just
that's
blades.
that's grass.
Those are weed blades.
So that's not even like a bag of stems.
First hit's free.
Hand
Right.
me a blade of weed.
Like, damn.
One and
Dudes.
done. That's all it takes. One and done.
You know, I'd get so thrashed on that. Just
What, pesticide weed?
I just think that I would no, I would just what do you call it? Placebo. I'd just placebo the crap out of that.
Yeah,
I'd take
yeah.
that. I would take that Kentucky Blue. What is that mulch hit? I'd be all mulched out. I'd be
Crabgrass, man.
Yeah.
I'd be
That's where it's at.
crabgrassed myself on the ground, all mulched out.
Hit you with that young Luigi.
Oh man,
That Ouija.
that little young Luigi.
What you up to tonight? I'm on that Ouija, bro.
Oh, hook me up, break me off some of that weed.
Come to Bunkhouse tonight and
Wheezy
see me do some Ouija. Do some
Yeah.
Ouija with me, you know.
That Ouija.
While,
All Luigi.
while Death Valley girls are playing, we'll be doing Ouija in the back. Just eating grass.
Acid Sisters tonight at Bunkhouse.
Acid Sisters. at
Acid
Bunkhouse.
Sisters Bunkhouse tonight. Waluigi's gonna be there.
BYOG, bring your own grass.
Oh my god.
Vote for your next player to be in Smash Brothers that's not Waluigi. That's still ongoing controversy. There's like B players from obscure games.
I think Britney Spears should have got it.
I think
That's
Britney
a
Spears
character
dressed
Dance
as
game, that would've
Waluigi.
been awesome.
Just convert like Waluigi becomes trans and he's played by Britney Spears now.
Well, because I was pissed when Ryu from Street Fighter got in, because I'm a massive Street Fighter fan. It's my favorite game of all time, Street Fighter 2. And I play it nonstop. Anybody that knows me...
You're playing it right now.
I'm playing...
You've been playing it
I've
this
been
whole
playing
time.
under the table.
Yeah.
No, but I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, and I'm pissed that a Capcom character got in a Nintendo game. Like, and I get it. You know, you have Ness in there, you know, whatever. But like Street Fighter, come on.
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Like you're
got
just
him all.
cheating. You're just cheating. He's a fighting game character already, and you're putting him in a fighting game completely.
He's crippled. He's
different.
broken. Shit's broken.
I don't like it.
Hey,
I
he
didn't
got-
like it. from the
Jigglypuff all day.
He got in a bad spot, man. You know, he needed the money.
Yeah, he really did need. I mean, what's he really been doing since Street Fighter 5? He grew a
Right.
beard. He doesn't look good. You know, he's always wearing that like dingy gi. You know,
Right? Haven't been able to buy a new gi for like
It must be hard. You know,
30
You have
years.
Ken out there winning the tournament.
That's the thing is Waluigi doesn't need it. He's got the used car dealership. He invested well afterwards.
And
Yeah,
he
he's
helps
He's
his,
comfortable,
He helps
yeah.
his brother Wario. They got WarioWare together. You know,
Yeah.
I
Isn't Wario with the female Bowser now? Bowsette?
is
yeah,
he?
there's a Bowsette.
Bowsette, yeah. Bowsette's
I don't
fucking
like-
up and coming.
No, I
No.
thought Peach was with Bowsette.
Peach and Bowsette broke up because
Oh,
Bowsette
okay.
wants to play the other side of the field.
Well, see,
Yeah.
I
this
mean,
is-
she's calling Peach, but Peach wants that commitment.
That's hard. It's hard.
Okay.
It's hard out there.
Can't
Yeah.
go like.
And
looking
Daisy
for
is an
Pete.
airhead. Have you ever played Daisy in Mario Kart? She's just
No.
like, you crash into stuff, really people are like, hey.
She's like,
hi, I'm Daisy. That's what she says. It's the funniest character. People are crashing into each other. It's like, hi, I'm Daisy. Isn't that clip just thrown in there like it's someone's ringtone? It doesn't even go with the rest of the game.
That's pretty great. I haven't seen that.
She's like the middle-aged mom of Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, I'm not from here. I'm so sorry.
She's like from Wisconsin. It's like she's not fun to look at, but it's not good conversation.
Oh man.
I actually ran into a Daisy on
Peach
the
is an
road
intellectual.
for sure one time. Like, I was
She
turning.
crashes into you. She's like, "Hi, I'm Daisy."
No, seriously, I was turning into work. I'm like, you know where the median is, and you're turning left in the median.
Yeah.
This lady's coming across the street, drives on the wrong side of the road, coming like across the street, T-bones my car through the median, like hopped it, hit the car, just like completely just wrecked the side of my car.
What was she
And-
watching in front of her while this
Well, she
happened?
thought that she could go over the median with her truck. I don't know what she was trying to do.
Understandable, but
But-
now you can't if there's a whole vehicle.
But there's
in
a
your way
car
back.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
And so after she hits my car, the window shatters, right? So I'm looking at the lady, she's looking at me, she rolls her window down, pops her head out and goes, "I'm not from here." And I was like, "Cool. Why'd you do that?" And she was like, I just thought I could go around. I thought you would stop and back up." And I was like, "Oh man."
I can't.
It was incredible. It was really incredible dealing with this lady.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're okay with a T-bone too.
Well, I was completely stopped, and she hit my car, and then just kept going. Like, so it was like,
Like, I thought your car would get pushed out of the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was
Oh
like,
my
what were
God.
you doing? Like, it was one of the most bizarre situations I've ever been in.
I just had that in a drive-through line where someone was really pissed in front of me, and they just put all their anger into backing up, like screeching, backing up, and like I had enough. I didn't get all in their ass, so I had like at least a half a car length where I could have like busted in reverse further. But I glanced my mirror as he's coming, and like there's cars behind me too. So I'm like, oh, we're all squishing. So he hits me and like apparently stops before I roll into someone else. Like I slid on my parking brake situation, but like it felt like he squished my whole front end. He hit. It felt like the hardest hit any two vehicles have ever made. Of course, our cars are fine. I just hallucinated it hitting way
Yeah.
harder. But like cars have to make the loudest because they're just not meant to touch anything really.
They just crunch
So
naturally.
It made a crunch sound.
Yeah.
But I looked and both our cars were fine. It wasn't actually a big deal. But my fucking vehicular life flashed in front of my eyes, like all my experiences with a car.
In the
like,
drive-through.
whooshed in front of
the
me, yeah.
Sonic.
Happened in slow motion. No, it was McDonald's. And he was like, oh, so I'm sorry I didn't have any
Tripping
soda.
like that at a McDonald's. Get out
Right.
They're
of
out of
here.
soda, dog.
Yeah, it's such a professional, consistent
Everything-
establishment you'd
everything
expect.
is always broken. You need to. If you don't come to McDonald's to be disappointed,
Right.
like
Yeah,
don't
what
come to McDonald's with
expectations?
any expectations and be pissed because they didn't have what you want. Come on, get out of
Oh
here.
man.
I don't buy like
You didn't
obviously.
come to Olive Garden and not get any breadsticks.
Yeah, obviously that guy's not from here. He's not from
Or-
anywhere.
Or
really.
Yeah, exactly. From anywhere. Like,
No, here's the another issue. First of all, sucks to be hungry. That's when I'm the most enraged. In fact, I was hungry when I got in my last car accident, which was, if you've been following along, determined to be my fault. As much as I blamed it on other people, technically my fault. So anyway, if I put my car in the way of someone that has no choice but to hit me, can't blame them as much as I want to.
yeah.
That's debatable.
Failure to yield, they call
Yeah.
it. I call him failure to swerve.
That's
away
what
from
I'm
me.
saying.
Yeah, you fucking. How about don't hit me? How about just stop? But I mean, some people want that light, even when other people want that light.
Yeah.
Anyway, not that I'm bitter. So my point is that if you really, really want a better shaving experience than you're currently getting at Olive Garden, just wait till we open up our first flagship stores. We're gonna have a separate part of the Olive Garden that's just to get not just shaves, but you can get a hair dryer. Your hair can't even, maybe your hair is not even wet. You can still put it in a hair dryer because ladies love that. I think it feels good probably, and they look like they're enjoying it.
Yeah.
You're getting your
They're
hair
cozy.
dried. Everybody's
How-
drying their hair.
How close
having
are
some
the
marinara.
shaves?
Dude, marinara close.
I want the closest shave. Right. I want that next layer of skin.
We're
That's
gonna
what
have-
that's what you get with our patented Alfredo shaving
It's
sauce
just a
cream.
cheese
Yeah.
grater on your face.
Well, your skin's gonna peel off like someone's thin slice of butter.
Ooh.
It's gonna just look like you'll have like where there should be beard, it'll just be like white person face.
That's typically what it looks like when I shave. That's why I haven't shaved in like 2 years.
So this like just not tan place under your hair.
just all white, just brown all around you, just all
It's
white.
like you got vitiligo. Not to make jokes about vitiligo, but any excuse to say such a fun to say word. At least be lucky that your disease is fun to say.
Yeah, and maybe you'll get super lucky and you'll be Jackson too.
Like
Right?
speaking of
And the
speaking of-
sequel's never as good as the original, but I'm just saying.
Speaking of diseases that are fun to say, Hodgkin's lymphoma is fun to say,
That is
and it's arguably the best lymphoma. People say when you get a lymphoma, if it's Hodgkin's, that's the one to get. That's the good lymphoma. None of it's good. It's all a kind of cancer. You're still going to need chemo. And that was the kind of lymphoma that the Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen initially had. Segue!
Yep.
Not to celebrate a segue of a really significant and hugely philanthropic person that's largely responsible for the creative spark behind everything Microsoft and
like the internet.
what Bill Gates referred to as his idea man. See, Bill Gates stuck it with Microsoft longer and got a lot more notoriety, but he couldn't have done it without Paul Allen. Paul Allen just split after the initial burst and wrote it out being an entrepreneur and philanthropist, almost rivaling even Bill Gates' philanthropy as far as diseases cured and people given fresh water and more. If both of us, all three of us, just humped the rest of our lives and bred hundreds of people and they all bred, we still couldn't breed as many people as he's saved lives of with money going to like,
I'll take that bet.
yeah. I mean, we'll try.
We need
But-
a lot of Bud Light Platinum
So
and a lot of Spunk Lube.
bless his heart, when his lymphoma came back, it came back as non-Hodgkin's. And he had a tough time with it, and it took him out at like 65.
So he died or he didn't die?
He is passed away recently.
Ooh.
And I think that as a historical figure, he deserves a notch more news.
So he's dead and Magic Johnson is still alive, huh?
It's not fair.
That's crazy.
Right.
I mean, but that just goes to show you how good Magic Johnson was. His passing game, bullshit in a good way though. But
My passing game is entirely about shit. I'm talking about passing, the toilet kind of passing. That's my.
oh,
passing
like
game.
bowels
Bowel
and
passing.
kidney stones.
I passed it
Yeah.
as well. I used to,
Them kidney
you ever
stones.
eat a Lego? I ate a whole 2x4 brick, y'all, all day. No problem. Didn't even feel it coming out.
Really?
Right through.
That's
Man,
some skill,
your
man.
dilation must be on point.
Man, I just got pipes, man.
That's crazy. I'm learning something new today. Waz got the pipes. Whenever I need some drugs passed through, Waz is gonna help me smuggle some drugs in.
No, my body won't be able to resist doing them internally. One of my organs is going to be like,
It
I'm
just
splitting that out.
absorbs like through into your body.
Well, you know your gut
Automatically.
biome has a sort of consciousness, and there's neurons in there, in your stomach and in your intestines, that get feedback. A lot of what you feel is like hunger or cravings or things that involve that is like a chiming in that you're thinking is a feeling or a subconscious response to actual data coming from that part of your body. And most of the organisms, discrete organisms in your body, are not your own cells. It's all those fellows living in there that just live in you, voting, making some of your decisions, part of your limbic system, part of your cravings. They too are going to see that drug packet passing through me, and they're smart. They're going to slit that shit open. They're going to bite through that plastic.
There's a dog in charge of mine.
There's the dog inside you.
Yeah,
That's just
he's
like,
the mayor of my body.
dogs make sufficient mayors, apparently.
They really do.
Just
Great.
I hate the paying $1 to vote, even if it's a pretend thing. But I mean, it's only a mayor
It's
to
like
get
a
like
novelty
pet money.
kind of thing, though.
It's a special interest, is what it is.
Mayor Air Bud.
You guys, we've got to. This is dinner time right now. We've only
Yeah.
got 5 minutes left. It's got to be maximum news chug. What are the most important tidbits that remain?
That remain. Oh, I don't know. Hold on. I'm out of it. Oh, I wanted to talk about this one because this was like a major incel news. And you know I'm all about that incel news.
This guy is not a kid that has to have a kid brain.
No. But so this dude apparently just what did he stab his mom?
Yeah.
So he like stabbed his mom to death because she wouldn't cook his dinner.
Ah, that's not the worst one I've heard.
I mean, it's
hard
like,
hard to be worse than that.
but it's like the
kind of
stereotypical like, because the incel joke is like they all live with their moms and they just like stay in the basement. They're like, hey mom, make me chicken fingers, you know. And that's
Yeah.
like that's all the mom is for, is just for like producing an endless supply of like chicken tenders.
Pizza rolls.
I
Yeah.
have to mention that specifically in the notes you put chicken tendies.
Chicken tendies, yeah. Chicken tendies. Mom, I need my chicken tendies. Mom, chicken tendies.
I had
yeah,
to
I just-
activate that.
It's crazy, but I mean, there was actually a story.
Well, you shouldn't take care of crazy people is the moral. Even if they're your son, if someone's beyond a certain level of crazy, it's dangerous to try to take care of them if you're not a
Yeah, that's one
professional.
thing I've realized, and I try to spread this gospel that like people may be your family, but if they're like really shitty, they're just people that you happen to be like born in close proximity to.
A lot
that
of the
doesn't mean nothing.
A lot of the times, though, it's like a fear aspect, though, with it, is why they keep them in, because they've shown. I mean, this wasn't his first incident, for sure. You know, he's probably shown signs in the past where the mom was afraid. If the mom wasn't afraid, like, for instance, if I raised my voice to my mother, I would be walking into intensive care. You know, like, my mom is not scared of me.
Right.
And there are a lot of moms that aren't scared of their kids, but some are, and they allow
Yeah,
that
yeah.
behavior to go on. You know?
I'd feel super bad. I had like an iron hand of guilt. Like I just wouldn't want to see my mom sad. It's like the worst feeling. Like, oh no, I made her sad. Oh no. I know that doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah, there's a lot of sick people out there. The guy definitely had problems. But
Yeah,
I
for
think-
sure.
I think it wasn't his first incident, and it was probably a long time coming. But I
yeah,
mean,
and he had like ongoing. mental
He's got a
Yeah.
stabby face.
Yeah, he seems pretty stabby.
He had that stabby eye.
in
I mean-
jail they call him Stabby Montgomery.
Oh man.
Like some
That's a-
people you
I
can
just
just
gave
tell.
him
You're
a
like,
cool name.
oh,
It
Some
sucks.
people just
That
got
guy's
the
a
stab
stabber.
eye. Yeah, look at
Yeah.
that. All right, 2-3 minute warning. What else we got?
I don't know, man.
I should have the notes up too. I don't.
Yeah, you know.
Notes.
I don't know. I just see notes about new Jeep. Oh wait, Sears bankruptcy.
Oh, I forgot that
Oh,
we were talking
that's
about that in the car.
sad.
That didn't make it on the show.
Yeah.
It's not that sad because a bankruptcy could lead to a restructuring and a rebirth. It could even go as far as to completely close and come back. Like Nokia's back. There's new Nokia phones now. There's new Palm phones.
But they-
Obviously not running Palm OS or by the Palm people at all. But there's new Palm phones. There's a Commodore 64 phone. They brought the Commodore name and Commodore logo.
That's
a
pretty tight.
throwback. Yeah.
They've got to keep the if they
Sears
do
phone.
if they do go that route, they've got to keep the original logo. Where it kind of looks like the Sega logo.
Yeah, well, we were
Yeah.
talking about Sears should open back up because their target audience is much older than even Commodore.
Yeah.
These are when Sears was huge. It was mail order catalogs and like
Yeah.
Wild Wild West. There's
They were
tombstones in
like
the
the first
catalog.
to really establish, like, when people were paying with credit, you were doing that to buy like Sears products and shit. Like
Yeah, it was
back in the day.
early
Like,
credit
yeah,
purchasing for-
early credit.
So I think to maintain that target market, they should go after like Cracker Barrel. They should have a chain of restaurants that are like just slightly newer than Cracker Barrel era. You know,
I don't
like
know, they tried that with Kmart. You
Kmart
remember where
restaurants. You're kidding.
No, where
Blue Light
every
Special
well, no,
Platter?
well, Kmart, they did have Kmart restaurants. They tried. Some of the Kmart's had like little food courts in them, like how
That's different
Target
than like a
did.
dedicated like Sears barrel.
Ooh, a Sears barrel, like where you eat inside of a washing machine.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like row bucket, Sears and row bucket of chicken.
There you go. Sears row bucket of chicken.
Yeah, and there's like ox carts and tombstones and like old cameras. What else do they sell like, back there? Anima things.
They were always
You-
really good for like the greeting card game too, though.
Yo, I used to be able to like mail order heroin from Sears with like a syringe, dude. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
so-
pharmacy too. You can get prescriptions
Yeah.
filled,
Yeah.
so you can mash up an OxyContin right there on the table.
Or like little like all the cocaine accessories.
Have
Just
a
like-
couple soft pretzels while you're freebasing heroin.
Snort a
Yeah.
Roxaset.
Yeah.
No, it has to be legal heroines, you guys. You have to name more opiates. So you like cold water extract some Percocet, some Loratab. That's what you have to do though, because more Americans are dying from acetaminophen.
Toxicity.
Toxicity to the liver. More accurately, more Americans require liver transplants due to damage from acetaminophen, which is Tylenol, toxicity than any other ailment. So this excitement over opiates has led to people doing tabs and sets for opiates, which have like 200 or 300 milligrams of acetaminophen for every 5, 10, maybe 7 milligrams of the opiate base, usually like codeine, for example. And so to get a codeine buzz, you have to literally deal with the withdrawal of your liver having to deal with a toxic amount of acetaminophen.
And also, you need a SoundCloud account too.
So if you don't have a SoundCloud account that makes all that big SoundCloud money to pay for your liver transplant, or I'm sorry, yeah, liver, then man, those perks and sets, it's dangerous,
Yeah.
man.
You can
Taking out
legit.
livers. So you cold water extract. Basically, you put your tabs and sets in like half an inch of water in a cup and smoosh them all up with the back of a spoon, and then you put a coffee filter over that, and then pour that water out, that half inch of water you had in there, and pour that into another cup because you're going to drink that because codeine is water soluble, whereas all the chalky residue left behind in the coffee filter is your
Acetaminophen.
acetaminophen, exactly. So you drink that, tastes nasty, and it's tempting to want to eat all that Tylenol because you feel like you're wasting it.
Yeah.
It's tempting to want
You're
to
not.
squeeze out more of that liquid, but no, you will get a stronger opiate effect because you're not having to process all of that acetaminophen, even with the opiates that you lose in this process.
And then you go on to make the greatest record ever. You become a rapper. My SoundCloud name is Lil Daddy.
In the meantime, you guys got to leave it at that. Don't
Alright.
do opiates at all anyway. Just like don't bother. Just do
Lil
a bunch of
Daddy.
weed instead.
Lil Daddy.
Yeah, Xanax ain't any better. Fuck it all. Just do some tree.
Shouts out to the Ass Sisters. Shouts out to Lil Spooky. Shouts out to Ray Ray. I know he just got out. Shouts out to Andrew Kerfoot. Shouts out to Chocolate Jesus.
Shouts out to little shout outy.
Shouts out.
That's my boy, little shouts.
Little shouts.
Little shouts and his buddy Dr. Outs.
Little big shouts.
Shouty outy.
Lil James Brown.
Little what's it, Anthony Tony? You guys gotta get those Anthony Tony where he's like, yo, you're gonna change your life, Anthony Tony says. When Anthony Tony's big fist is gonna come at you, change your life, Anthony Tony, come on.
It'd be cool to like be a porn star and your name is Lil Dick Richard.
Right? I love redundancy.
Lil Dick Richard. Oh man.
Yeah, so check out that Anthony
Lil Dick
Tony
Richard.
seminar.
Lil Anthony Tony.
Hey, so iTunes, I know you're there. Drop a review, leave us some stars. It's really hard to get those iTunes reviews. It's really tricky. We're on iTunes so hard. We're on iTunes right now. You're on iTunes with us. Together we're on iTunes. Little iTunes. Little iTunes. All right. And thanks, YouTube. We're going to shut you down now. And thanks
Get outta
for all
here.
you people that came from Facebook to then watch YouTube, since I can't give Facebook what they want.
In 1
Okay.
hour, I'll be
They
at the
hide
bunk
the streaming button now too. It's like they're not really into it anymore. So we're there for you, but it can't be number one. We try.